Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another day of the International 2018 Group Stages. I'm Pixel, I'm here with Fogt, and we are getting ready for our first series on this stream. It's Optic Gaming. What do you want to turn the sound down?
Dude, the sound's so loud, Owen. Good morning, by the way, everybody. The drum is very intense for me.
I love the drums.
Maybe I think they lower the music a little bit. Just a little bit for me.
No.
Just a little bit. A tiny little bit.
No.
Don't? Okay.
We're good. All right, so we've got a draft going on. It's Optic Gaming versus VGJ.Storm. We've got some bans coming out already. Any surprises? That is the question. I got to say, Fogt, why are we getting a first ban Weaver?
Because VGJ.Storm is... They seem to be very in tune with the meta.
Okay.
So I'm assuming this is probably going to be... So Silencer's banned. The Willow has been very, very highly regarded, at least from VGJ.Storm. Optic, on the other hand, they had... I mean, we can't really say they had a rough start yesterday,
They had one series.
Because they had one series
against
VP.
VP. Yeah.
So the IO is left. They're going to grab that one. So I'm assuming it's going to be, what, something like a Willow +1. Willow Wraith King, maybe for Storm. Is Wraith King taken out? He's not.
Oh, he's still there. He was the big hero yesterday.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Was he the most picked hero yesterday?
Wraith King was the most picked in the
He
tournament.
was,
I have it
yeah.
open somewhere around here. Yes, he was.
Yeah.
20 matches picked, 35% win rate.
All right. Well, it's the standard. You know, a hero's popular. The people that are bad are going to pick him.
5 seconds remaining.
So, the win rate, you know what I mean? If
Sure.
you see the best team in the world picking Wraith King, you're going to start picking it whether you practiced it or not.
I mean, that's very true.
And then suddenly you're like, wow, we did not practice enough with this hero because some teams would have turned up and not known that this was the hero that was going to be the hero to play.
Let's see if they change their strat because they're versus an IO, though. Because like usually, from what I saw in the last, like yesterday, it was Wraith King Willow, majority here.
Let's have a look. Storm, definitely one of the teams
They're
that can pull out the Wraith King and
probably
can perform with it.
Probably considering taking the gyro, right? Because that's the combo. The
Sure,
IO
you
plus the
wanna
gyro
take
is
the
what
gyro
we've been
away
seeing.
from them, yeah.
You might want to be able to take that one away. So that might be
But
what
then
they're
you've
discussing.
got a gyro without an
That's
IO.
the problem. But I think
that is a problem.
I think they're talking about it, and they're like, do we want to, or do we want to just go with our standard? We'll find out here.
With Wraith King,
So let's see if it is the standard that we were expecting.
so the Willow, the obvious follow-up.
The drums got more intense.
What do we got? Oh.
I actually really liked MSS on Phoenix yesterday as well, but I don't know if they're going to take Phoenix this early off.
No, I think second.
5 seconds
If the
remaining.
meta might get to a point again where you have to, you know, we've seen sort of at the summit as the tournament went on,
Which is it?
Phoenix was sort of first pick, first ban.
It's the Willow. So it was the standard.
I don't think you need to change your opening if you're Storm here. Sure, as you say, maybe the Gyro is a worry, but having Gyro on its own, it feels weak.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've seen sort of Gyro, it works. You know, it sort of helps the hero and fixes sort of the problems the Gyro has because of the nerf after nerf that he received.
Yeah, IO pretty much fixes all of it. It gives movement speed, it gives you some more damage, gives you some, reduction. It's got the whole toolkit to amplify that gyrocopter. But we'll see if Optic does go for it or if they try to change something up. Yesterday, I mean, it's really different because yesterday they didn't go for the IO. It was banned. So IO usually changes the way that you want to be looking at your draft.
Undying, the Optic Undying.
Cool.
Grabbed up next. So still a gyro pick available, but they
Undying.
may risk getting it taken away from them in the bans now, as they wanted to prioritize Undying over getting the gyro IO combo.
Undying makes a lot of zombies with the skeletons, right? A bunch of skeletons around is going to be spawning zombies. When the skeletons die, where do the zombies go? They might move to the Wraith King, right?
When the zombies die,
When the skeletons die,
the skeletons die.
all the zombies that are on the skeletons, do they all just disappear? They might just all disappear.
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, will zombies beat
'Cause
skeletons?
I did see who did this draft yesterday. Someone else picked Undying versus the Wraith King yesterday.
And gyro is banned out, of course, as we said.
Yep.
You know, if Optic didn't pick it as second pick, it was going to get banned out. So they obviously weren't too fussed about trying to get, because Optic must have known that gyro was going to get banned if they didn't take it as their second pick.
I feel like if you do run this like offlane Wraith King now, that's where Undying thrives so much too. It's not just because the Tombstone. I was just thinking about a random interaction there, but this Decay, right? Decay in the laning phase is going to be really good versus Wraith King. And Synergize is great with IO. Soul Rip on an IO, you pretty much full heal whoever he's tethered to.
Sure, and if the game goes on,
Just
and
fun.
it
Just
is
strong.
one of those things that we sometimes talk about, but might not necessarily see. But if the IO does tether the Undying later on, the Axe tether bonus for an Undying, the Axe is pretty nice.
It can be. It can be.
The
that is
decay
true.
it can be pretty damn crazy.
Right now, the thing I'm concerned is if they don't ban heroes that are very elusive. Because right now, Optic, this is their 2 supports, right? We've got no stun.
Yeah.
We've got decay, and we've got some, spirits coming up from the IO.
Absolutely. We're
No
talking about
lockdown.
some resolutions. VGJ.Storm. VGJ.Storm is the thing that comes to mind. Definitely a chance they could throw an Ember in Storm if they want.
I was thinking the Ember.
Yeah, Ember or Storm.
Yeah, I mean, Storm looks great, too, if they can get it. Not obviously 3rd pick, but like, if they can lay it on till later.
Ban out the Ursa. I feel, yeah, but these bans, it does sort of say we want to get Ember in. Because as you say, the supports of Optic, I mean, they do nothing against an Ember Spirit.
No, they absolutely
It's like
do
the
not.
relocate ganks are ruined because the Ember's just out of there. Undying literally does nothing. Like Ember Spirit would be beautiful. It's just a question if you want to pick it this early because there are still 3 picks left, and sure, Optic's showing their 2 supports with lack of lockdown, but they could certainly make up for that in their core picks.
Wraith King Willow this is combo. I watched a little bit of yesterday from Storm, at least when they ran this. When you stun, you summon your skeletons, right? You throw the stun, the skeletons all start attacking. Then you throw the Bramble on top with your stun coming up from the Willow too. So those skeletons just keep beating and beating and beating. It's actually crazy how much damage it does.
Yeah, I mean, I know that Optic like the IO Undying, and we've seen them do great things with it in the past, but it just feels from the opening picks, you just got to prefer the way that Storm's open. They've got Willow and Wraith King in this meta. We've got to see what Optic do in terms of because what are they going to be? What sort of heroes that can be playing the core roles can offer sort of the lockdown that they're lacking?
I was thinking you just don't go for the lockdown. You go for something like Medusa.
Oh, you just go, okay.
Right? Like IO Medusa Undying, you have this super front, like beefy backline that doesn't really care so much about a Wraith King and skeletons and these heroes running at you. If you're able to get to that late game point, right, you can turtle up, you'll win this late game. IO Medusa.
Yoga Magi, another hero that we're starting to see get some more players. TI begins.
They like that hero too, right? Yeah, Storm played it, I believe, yesterday. Let me look through. Yes, they did. They did pick it. They picked it with this exact combo. And then they finished off the draft actually with Dragon Knight and Spectre.
And they've got 3 heroes, with stuns, 3 stuns. Bloodlusted Wraith King can always be very nice. And obviously you've got that opportunity to get the big Bloodlust heroes for like Rezo or Yawar.
Well, of course, VGJ.Storm yesterday ended 4-0, but
they're undefeated at the moment.
They've been in just like regular fashion for Rezo. He just seems to come out of nowhere. It's like, he was doing pretty well, of course, with VGJ.Storm before.
I mean, he was doing really well.
But like
at the end of
Rezo,
the season, it took
in Rezo
time.
fashion, right before
time.
TI, at TI, that's when he comes in clutch.
Sure, yeah, it sort of took time, but yeah, Storm coming up to this event have looked incredibly strong.
So
so have Optic, to be fair. And as we say, it's really hard to get a read from how Optic's going to do. We've only seen 1 series from them. It was against VP. And Optic, of course, throughout the DPC season, they really got it together. This team, this lineup that
I think
Peter's managed to captain has certainly looked to be a world-class beating team.
I think Optic has to be careful if they leave Clinks. I think if Storm gets Clinks versus the IO, it's terrifying.
Yeah, you're right. Clink's still in the pool.
With Bloodlust, right? He gets enabled pretty heavily.
But then again, can they afford to take the Clinks themselves? I mean, I think they can because Clinks is just that good at the moment.
It just feels like such a good hero.
Yeah. Clinks could
certainly a lot of time.
Certainly be taken here.
VGJ.Storm.
Oh, so I mean, there's a stun, but it's a bit of a new hero. We don't see the Centaur Warrunner come into play a lot of the times. They are going to take it, so a lot of beef for sure with their lineup.
3 strength heroes right now.
Yeah.
Give me Timber. Go VGJ.Storm. That's an elusive hero.
Did you want to play Timber? I'm trying to think about if I've seen sort of Yawar Rezo play Timber.
I don't think.
I mean, I'm sure they can. These guys are great, but it doesn't feel like a hero that they would play.
I mean, it is a bit. It's outside the box for sure.
I mean, every time I see
great.
strength heroes, I'm always like, pick a Timber.
Yeah.
And the lack of lockdown. Well, there's a Who Stomp. You're not getting a Who Stomp as Timber, and even if you do, you're not dying against these 3 heroes.
So who usually?
It's not a bad hero, but it's just a question if they want to play it.
Who would play Centaur on this team? Would it be Pycat or would it be 33? That feels like a Pycat hero. Does it not?
Well, I think it's definitely looking like they're setting up for 33 to play one of his cheese heroes. That's what I would think, right? Up here for a 33 Brood, a 33 Visage.
Yeah.
These cheese heroes are still in the pool for Optic.
Optic Gaming's turn to pick.
Okay, so there's your elusive
PL.
hero.
Elusive hero, and burst
Elusive hero.
Undying.
Like,
Tombstone, goodbye. Tombstone is no
Oh.
longer an issue in the game.
I was going to say, we normally see PL banned out when Undying's picked.
It is.
And
Definitely is.
VGJ.Storm just got it against them. I don't know, but this...
With little
Optic's
stuns,
got to come up with something crazy with these
Yeah.
last two picks.
they've got very little stun. I mean, Centaur does build Crimson Guard, he tends to, versus like the PL can be very good.
But and the one stun that they do have, you're
It's a
probably
long
not getting
stun.
caught out by if you're PL. Like, as long as you have the doppel, you have ample time to react to that cast animation.
Totally agree.
So, Optic, what have we got here? But as I say, I think you got to watch out for the cheese picks from Optic. That Brood's still there, that Visage is still there.
What do they want to deal with the PL? They're running low on time.
Oh.
Do they want... Okay, so there's the solution to the PL.
More stun.
Yep. It's just AoE to deal with those illusions. Last Track is... I think I talked about it yesterday with you in like the LGD game.
I mean, we saw it yesterday. It looked a little underwhelming, the Lesh.
I thought it was
Now
pretty...
Somnus playing it.
I thought it was pretty
Yeah.
good. I thought he like it was overall a hard game. He was playing versus Terrorblade and Venge, so
Yeah,
his
but
armor
that should
got
be good
reduced.
against TB, right?
But the Venge, I think the Venge,
The Venge was just
the
the-
minus
yeah.
armor just made the Last Track look so squishy till he got the 5 armor of Talent as well as the Shiva's Guard. I can see, Last Track versus PL is a great matchup. Like just hero versus hero.
I mean, talking about Venge, could you put the PL in the mid, swap it, put a 5th pick Venge? I don't think that seems that bad, right?
Storm, they do something like that. I know they do like the Venge.
I mean, you said it. It's not. It's pretty nice against the Lesh.
Can they just TA?
Do you want to TA? I mean, the only thing that's sort of going to tick through refraction is the Lesh rack, but
And
that's.
Soul Rip too, right? Or did they change? I can't remember.
I was
now,
going to say,
actually.
does that count as lots of
It
instances?
used
It's
to
just
be,
one
but they
now,
changed
isn't
it. They changed it
I think
again.
it's just one now.
It might just be one now.
Yeah.
They've changed it so many times.
It used to be, add it up as sort of separate.
Someone will tell us.
Oh yeah, we're checking the chat. Chat knows. Hello, chat. How you doing?
I'll check them in a
Oh,
bit.
there's
We've
a
got
Twitch.
it.
So we got
We've
Twitch
good.
stuff. Oh,
We're good.
we got to behave.
They banned the Storm. So these elusive
I
heroes.
mean, yeah, the
that
Storm,
ma-
as
that
we
makes
said
sense.
earlier, would have been nice.
Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna actually make it this far.
Oh, you know what I'd love to see? It's not gonna. I want to see them go full green on Storm. Put PUR, PL in the mid lane, grab a res or anti-maze to
No,
finish
you don't
it.
want the PL versus the Lesh rack. They need a lane versus the Lesh.
Oh, okay.
Could they
So
still put
as you
Klink's
said,
mid?
what,
Klink's mid, TA,
dude, Klink's mid doesn't sound too bad at all.
right? That's what I'm thinking.
That's a lot of physical damage for this Lesh to deal with in the lane.
Can get ran over by Centaur early. You don't want to get BKB.
Oh, a Monkey King. I like it. So I'll be honest, Optic's draft is one that I wouldn't have expected, but it's something different. They've obviously got a plan here. It's not something that the other teams are doing, as at least from what I've seen. Having this Monkey King, Leshrac, Centaur.
Ooh, that may have changed it for me, actually. Because now, right now, the lane is actually something that can deal with this Wraith King.
And they've got 3 here. We said, that they have the supports don't have stuns. They've now got 3 cores that all have stuns.
Neat. Yeah, that's really clever. Like the Wraith King, right? The lane is usually a problem because they stun you, they control you. But the thing is, Monkey King, he's going to get those Jingu stacks up on the Wraith King in all these situations, especially if he has any backup.
Sure, you're always going to have Jingu in the fights.
Especially in laning phase.
And Mirana. So another sort of elusive core hero with that leap. And it's going to be Urawa, Mirana, and of course Resolution on the PL. All right, so what we've got? Yeah, Pycat, Monkey King, CCNC Lesh, and indeed 33. 33 will be playing the Centaur, so we did wonder if that was going to be switched around, but
when we saw Monkey King,
sure,
King, right? Yeah,
Pycat's going to be playing the Monkey King. All right, so
sweet.
So I'm excited to see what Optic do with this. It's something a little different. VGJ.Storm, they have Wraith King Willow. Like that's the scary thing about it. I think a lot's going to be on Pycat, but at the same time, Optic have pulled it out the bag when it has been all on Pycat. If him and his Monkey King, his Morphling and his Luna, these are the sort of heroes that Pycat can very much single-handedly carry the game.
Yeah, and I do like how they finished up their draft, to be honest. I was looking at VG's, I really like the way it all is going. I still like their heroes, but Optic, the last 3 picks look really strong versus what VG has, right? Like, the Last Strike versus the PL is good, the Monkey King versus the laning phase of the Wraith King Willow, if they have their Undying with him.
I mean, Storm do just have so much to say, but like this Monkey King gets caught out by 1 stun in a fight, and he's not getting the Jingu up, he's not getting a stun out.
He's got IO and Dying, but they've got save.
I guess they've got save.
They've got heal and save. That's the one thing that I'm looking at.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot up to how the lanes come out. Like if Pycat just gets ran over
CCNC Lesh is like one of his best. He loves it. I don't know, it's a hard one to call this one. This first game coming into Optic versus VGJ.Storm. What are we going to see go down here? Oh, there's high levels on CCNC's Lesh, as I said. Plays it a lot, level 12 Leshrac. And of course the same for the PL of VGJ.Storm. So let's have a look as we get ourselves into this first game.
Oh, nice. He got instant courier. Look at that.
What have we got?
He's instantly a courier, running toward the bottom lane.
Just what I was waiting
The
for.
Monkey King, yeah.
Oh, what courier is he on?
He just got it instant, the first usage. So he's going to get out there very quick to be able to scout the movement.
Wow, look at this guy go.
Yeah, dude.
What's his name?
Wait, that one? I don't know what that one is, actually. That one is a... It just says courier,
It's
actually.
like out of Mario Kart.
Eimer Hilborough. That's what he's called, actually, apparently.
I like it.
He looks pretty cool. So they're going to get the scout at least, but they expect at least 3 heroes bottom. However, Yawar is in the area with an arrow too, so 4 heroes.
Yeah, so what lane's not... I mean, are they going to... Is he going to resort to a dual lane, or are we going to see any sort of aggressive tri lanes come out?
I think duels.
Just duels. No one's...
I think maybe you start try with, like, maybe SVG just starts for level 1, but then he's going to leave.
Yeah. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. VGJ.Storm, Optic Gaming. The first game of the day. Myself and Fog will be covering.
Oh, they spot. Oh. They spot the Monkey King.
They've seen the hill. Yep, they've seen the... What did you say? It was called the hill, bro.
Eimer Hilborough.
They've got him. Oh, no.
The damage.
Not the hill, bro. They found him. And the tip as well. Excellent. We had a lack of tips yesterday in the games that we were casting.
The Wraith King stun into the Bramble. That's exactly what we were talking about. The damage is
got a lot of stuns.
So high.
They got a lot of stuns. These
so 2 for 2 runes.
Yeah.
But I think it's also really important. I just want to point out MSS's item build here. So he goes for heavy amount of regen and then the Blight Stone. So they're looking for some Monkey King. This hero's got 1 armor.
Oh, and it's super good with the skeletons.
And it's very good with the skeletons, exactly. So I really do like this, because we've seen the Orb of Venom build a bunch. I've seen some stat builds. This one looks like it synergizes super well with Wraith King and very good versus that Monkey King.
I mean, as I said, we sort of said in the draft, the opening 2 picks, you get these 2 heroes, Willow, Wraith King, you're going to have a good lane, it feels like, regardless of what gets thrown against you. We'll see how well PPD and Pycat can do against it, as they'll have to deal with its pressure snaking and MSS.
All about Peter getting those decay stacks going. So you have to make sure, when you are playing versus Undying, I think we say this over and over again, but you can't get double decayed. So you're going to see MSS always playing on the left side while Snaking plays in the front of the lane.
That's the thing as well in the lane. Pycat has to be careful. Not the best HP and armor on this hero, the Monkey King, level 1.
They're both kind of doing the same thing, right? The Dark Willow is bullying the Monkey King while the Undying is bullying the Wraith King, just stacking up the 12th strength decay. Down to 400 HP on Snaking, and he's playing pretty defensive.
Top lane, certainly there's sort of the same feeling going the way of Optic. The fact that this 33 Zai IO combo should do a really good job at bullying resolution.
Yeah, 33 is going to get so much up here. He could be the X Factor.
Like they just can't harass the center away with the back of the eye. They have to, if they want a chance of getting a kill, they get on top of the eye, but it's going to be very hard with 33 positioning himself aggressively and just going in. As you can see, really doing the damage to resolution. A quick fire blast will hold back the Centaur. Resolution does get himself a salvo, but it's a scary lane for this PL at the early levels.
They've got this double melee versus Centaur, who loves playing versus melee heroes, and they've got a crazy amount of sustain between IO Centaur. Tango Salve on Wisp, and 9 tangos on 33. So they're not going anywhere. Now let's glance at this mid lane, since we haven't gotten a chance.
Well, you are on the Mirana versus CCNC Leshrac. At the moment, CCNC with a slight edge.
Les should win this one.
Yep.
But speaking of that, Yawar gets a DD, so that could change it. So bottom, it looks like, overall,
Pycat's
farming.
Yeah.
PPD is doing a great job of just keeping Snaking just pressured with these decay spams, and he's missing a lot of last hits because of it.
Pycat farming just that little bit better than the resolution at the moment. So yeah, this Centaur IO dual lane looking to work out very nicely for Optic. Resolution having trouble getting anywhere close to the creep wave. But every time a double edge thrown out, and obviously with the sustain of the IO, that health loss for 33 doesn't matter at all. He gets it straight back.
Yep.
So just free harass that he can keep pumping out onto the PL.
Yeah, he might just go for this like tanky build. Like I said, the Crimson Guard is incredibly good this game versus the Wraith King Skeletons, which is kind of the build we see now, and the Phantom Lancer.
I mean, just And it cost them nothing on Optic. They could just continue to do that. Like, how do you deal with that as a resolution? On
I mean, their heroes can. Ogre and PL
I feel like
cannot.
it's probably at least his second South, maybe even his third South that he's had to get out because of the pressure.
Definitely 2, because I know he got 1 broken instantly. That actually might be the 3rd.
I think, yeah, it's definitely the 3rd, because he got a second one off for full.
Yep.
Yeah. This is fantastic lane from Optic.
Yeah. Bottom lane is starting to, you can see Snaking starting to recover because PPD's running out of mana. He can't actually just keep spamming these decays to keep the pressure going. So yeah, SVG, this top lane is, like, PL is just going to have to do what you can. Like, SVG has to just pull the wave as much as possible. They have to just make sure they don't feed too many kills because there's no way they can beat this lane. Mid, we see Yawar recovered. DD Rune really helped him out quite a lot. He even glyphed the wave and pulled it onto his hill.
Oh, that's smart.
So CCNC couldn't actually do much.
Jumping in for a bit of a rash there with the attack speed. Top lane just getting interrupted here by the pull. Side pull. As they will tether on. Look to chase down Rezo. Going to be the Duke of the Stun. Same time down bottom indeed. The punch onto Pycat. Not quite enough to finish him off. Back top. Looking towards Rezo. Rezo trying to run himself away. Will be fine. 33 is low, but he has got Zai by his side, so 33 in no sort of danger at all.
Dude, excellent camera work there.
I was going to say thank you.
That's pretty good, man.
I was going to say at the start, you know, if I'm missing kills, well, I mean, if you're missing kills, you know, I can try and throw you under the bus.
Snaking bottom.
I'm on him.
Got him.
I was on him already.
There you go.
Look at that, boys. We ain't missing kills here. Who needs observers when you got OD Pixel? Oh, wait, did I just miss?
No, you didn't. You're good.
No, he's good. I knew he wasn't going to die. Anyway, top lane. This guy might die. SVG being chased. They've got the ball slap, slowing him down. Looking to get in range for the Hoostomp. Bam! He's got the stick charges, pumping him up. He is beefy. He's an ogre. Looking for the body blocks. Zai tries to get himself towards the room, but Resolution will be able to grab it in time. SVG turns with the Fire Blast. He's running towards the creeps, but 33 comes in with a double edge and finds the kill.
And Bradstow's just like, sorry, dude. I'm claiming the bounty runes.
I mean, it's probably a decent trade. Sure, you lose your ogre if they get 200 gold, but Resolution got both of the bounty runes.
Overall,
he's good with that.
Yeah, overall, Storm gets more gold from getting the 2 bounties than they do from killing the ogre. So I think SVG's probably pretty happy with that too.
Yep. How's the mid lane doing? Looks like CCNC was bullied back to base.
Yep.
So did have to make it back. Will now be TPing back in, and that is, yeah, as you can see, Yawar 10 CS ahead of CCNC now in this middle lane.
DD runes, man. DD runes, and he got his lane ward replaced right away.
Yeah, he's got the double rage ban, so
yep, bit of a base damage advantage.
Yeah, playing it very nicely there, Yawar, in the middle, and down bottom, Pycat CS. Actually, on par with Resolution. So as much as we're seeing Resolution struggle, they're at the same place at the moment, him and Pycat.
Similar pressure, yeah, from both. Pretty much has a hood finish now on 33. So the spam will continue in that top lane. Oh, PPD stepped up a bit far, gets stunned, but he's okay.
He's got the rain drop as well, PPD. So most likely to be harassed too hard by some of the hits from the Shadow Realm and such from MSS. CCNC just starting to really shove that wave in. Top lane 33 and Zai are going to head around toward the pools, see if they can find some action. Resolution and SVG keeping the distance. And as you say, 33, very, very tanky for this stage of the game. It's just pull, tank the creep wave.
Storm has to, for the next minute or so, well, not next minute, but in the next minute, they have to be sure to be looking at the runes. Runes are going to be really important for the early game on the side of Optic because they've got the bottle on Leshrac and they also have the bottle on the IO. So can't let those guys just keep refilling and putting the pressure on.
CCNC's turn to enjoy the fruits of the DD runes. See, we'll get his out.
Is SVG going to get chased?
He was looking for rotation top. They want to try and punish 33 and Zai. It's going to be hard, though. 33, as you say, he's got the full hood at 7 minutes in.
They got to go for Zai.
Got the Moonlight. Zai 33, still looking pretty healthy. You see Resolution trying to get on top of Zai, but Rezo, he's pretty low himself. We'll see if Yawar can find the perfect chance. He's going to throw the arrow in, doesn't find the connection. So now Zai 33, they know that Yawar's here. They continue to try and retreat. A stun will come out. 33 getting fire blasted. He has been surrounded and he will fall. They get the kill. They may even get Zai as well, and they do. Yawar, fantastic rotation. Doesn't connect with the first arrow, but the chase down and the punches are enough as they find themselves the kill. And I believe also elsewhere on the map, Pycat, he got taken down as well.
I didn't think they'd be able to have the raw damage to push through him, but they did.
Now off the back of that, Pycat is going to switch up lanes. He's going to TP himself straight up towards the top. As the pressure from Snaking and MSS was getting just that little bit too much, getting that successful kill upon him. PPD will now be joined by 33.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like PPD did a very good job as the Undying, but at one point, the pressure just starts to be too much. These constant Wraith King stuns, which they do a lot of damage. It's really not that little. It's like one of the higher damage stuns in the game. And then Willow spamming Shadow Realm. You can't even just sustain through that, just the spam.
Once again, the middle lane, CCNC getting bullied back out of it. Wow, heavy with the harass. It's coming around to this 8.5 minute point. See, yeah, Yawar off the back of that rotation, getting himself a tasty bit of gold. He is top net worth on the map, on his Mirana.
Very similar experience going around for both sides. The levels on the supports, level 5s on Io, level 5 on Willow. Undying level 4, Ogre also level 4, so pretty even experience and gold coming out in this first 9 minutes.
Yeah, Storm giving MSS that lane so we can try and find that 6 as they have rotated. Snaking up towards the top. He's there with SVG and Resolution. Now Resolution will feel a bit more confident, just going for the CS and not worrying too much about being attacked by Zai and Pycat, especially with 33 moving elsewhere on the map as we saw, heading down towards that bottom lane.
Yeah, they switched the lanes instantly. Snaking walked toward top, and they just gave MSS bottom lane. They're like, all right, we need to make sure our Willow gets items, because this hero, the amount of things that you can actually do once you get your level 6, once you get some, like your Yule Scepter, your Blink Dagger, is pretty tremendous.
Today's just not your day.
So you got the smoke from Optic. They're going for snaking.
Yeah, it's got that reincarnate, so they are going to have to do it twice. Moonlight Shadow comes out. They do have that Sentry Ward down. They'll get the Jingu Mastery. No, they didn't quite get it stacked up. He died too quick. We'll see if that comes into play at all. They'll put the Boundless down. Does manage to get the stun onto Snaking, and they will kill him off. So they will manage to take down that Wraith King twice and get themselves the kill. Elsewhere, Zai, CCNC being forced away, but they find a bit of action for Pycat to get involved in.
It was a good aggressive move, too. They understand that Storm's splitting up their resources so heavily. They see Mojo, like MSS farming bottom. They see Yawar farming mid. They have to make an aggressive move on all 3 cores. Like, I'll count MSS kind of core, but
no TP on MSS at the moment as well, so they knew that he wouldn't be there in time to react to those sort of aggressive plays.
So no Wraithing ult, 160 seconds. Very significant. Even though we do see Storm with that gold lead, it's majority placed on just that mid lane. Yawar having that differential.
See top lane again, SVG coming back into backup Resolution.
They could look to fight this one. MSS's TP is on cooldown for about 20, but Yawar has a haste rune.
Yeah, everyone's heading up here. Yawar and Snaky ready to join. SVG starting to get gone up on them. Put the Stampede here. Optic ready to go straight in on top of the Ogre Magi. The arrow does catch out the Lesh, and Yawar jumps in, looking for the follow-up damage onto CCNC, and it's enough. CCNC will fall. Yawar finds one. Resolution being focused by Pycat. He's going to get stunned. He's already used the Boundless. He's got the heal from Zai. PPD as well, looking to turn towards Snaking. Fire Blast from SVG comes out. Yawar jumps in with the Starfall, gets the double kill. Now he's looking to head down to chase down PPD. Can they find him up in the trees? Zai did end up going down to MSS. Another arrow from Yawar finds the connection, and Yawar and SVG will beat down another.
Yawar.
Triple kill for Yawar.
Beautiful arrow on the Lesh. He kept canceling the animation too when the Stampede was going off. He got the exact target he wanted to. Yep. Once the Lesh is down, the fight becomes very difficult for Optic, then because of the way that they overextended past the tower. Great reactionary move coming out from Storm.
Let's get stunned from the tree line here by CCNC. He's got a leap left. That was his last one. Does have the backup of SVG as well. The stick charges Zai coming in. The balls will do it. Zai gets the kill, and now they turn towards SVG as well. Stone will be duped, but it doesn't matter as they chase, or maybe it does the terrorize. Not in time to save him, but maybe MSS can find the return kills, get Zai before they relocate back to safety. But Optic able to strike back hard there. As we saw Yawar probably feeling himself a little bit. He got a triple kill. He was like, all right, I'm going to go mid and start pushing. Didn't take into account the fact that CCC was back in the game, and he gets that smart stun from the fog.
Yeah, and then the Zai relocate, of course. Zai getting himself a good chunk of gold. I think, what, 622? So finish up the urn. Didn't get a charge, but having the urn nice and early on, very important for those type of heroes.
CCC's got an invis. If he finds the stun, could get the killer on MSS with the burst, moves in, has the backup of Zai, and bam, MSS gone. The invis rune grants him a kill.
That's a big kill. Like, you look, CCNC's level 10. Look at MSS. He's also level 10 on a Willow.
Down bottom, the Stampede. Ooh, nicely used to juke out the arrow, but 33 should still go down. Resolution's there to find him in the trees. They are able to chase down the Centaur. 33 unable to escape despite the use of the Stampede as VGJ.Storm look to take the bottom tier 1 tower. Mid lane will go in the favor of Optic as they take the tower down and instantly look to smoke and head towards the top lane. At the moment though, Storm, they don't have anyone here. Optic, instead of a kill there, they can look to just take another tower. So we'll see if Storm want to try and defend, or we'll just let this one go. They smoke up themselves.
Storm is playing very fast. I have not really seen them hitting neutrals at all this game. Every single time they're just looking to pick fights. One person farming with a TP available, and then the other 3 go set up a team fight. And look at their warding too. During all this, they've kept all of the vision up during the game, while in Optic, they got nothing. They have no wards down on the map at the moment. We see Peter probably going to place one now, but very limited on the vision.
33, despite going down on that bottom lane, he's very close to having the Blink Dagger on top of the Hood of Defiance. It's about 200 gold, 300 gold away from having that one. Snaking on the high ground. He's going to get eyes as CCC and Zai coming in. They'll look for the 2-man Terrorize and will catch onto the IO. So Zai has no chance to sort of do anything in return to this play as he'll get bursted down. Nice Terrorize from across the tree line there by MSS to disable the IO.
Now they know that the vision's in that area, so they might actually get both of these wards dewarded, which could be pretty costly for Storm, only getting that IO kill for it. You are also arrowed Ancient, by the way, there, but we won't say that. He stopped a few times, then he arrowed it, and I don't think he noticed that he was just lined up perfectly for it.
Winning on the high ground here. EPD is going to head forward. Let's get fire blasted. They get a good roll as well with the follow-up stuns. They've got the lockdown and the crit to slice through the skull of the Undying and pull him apart.
The control.
So looking to push in on mid. CCNC's trying to slow down the push. They will back away, Storm. 12-6. Only a 1k lead, though, at the moment. Very close game indeed between these two teams. While still at the front of the net worth, but it's very, very close between the rest of the cores behind him.
Yeah. So we've seen what? Pycat went, Resolution went for the Hood, of course, since he's versus that Leshrac. And we see the Echo Saber build to the Monkey Arrow. Connects.
They've got the connection. Zai is healing him up. Is it enough to save? 33 coming in with the Blink reveal. Looks to burst down MSS, but MSS gets the Shadow Realm off. Still falls. Get the 1-for-1. Yuar looking to chase down Zai. Zai tethering across. Has Yuar got the right clicks to bring Zai down? He does. A second kill for Storm. Pycat trying his best to fight back with a Fire Blast. Into the arrow, into the Ray Fire Blast. They've got stuns for days, but there's the turnaround. 33 comes in with a stun. It's not enough to buy time for Pycat to lie still. Back up as Pycat goes down. 33 as well. The stuns from Storm on point, as soon as they get one opener, they can just consistently lock that hero down for hours after hours.
It seems like they're just, like I was saying, they're always ready to fight. They're bringing 4 or 5 heroes. They're outnumbering Optic at every situation. And Optic, they have the IO. So you'd expect Optic to be able to do that one, but VGJ.Storm playing at that very quick pace. And PPD did get the double D ward with the Sentry while he was making his way up there, but he wasn't there for that. That fight was Optic without their Undying.
Now that lead's starting to build. 4k advantage for, or 5k now off the back of that team fight. In favor of VGJ.Storm.
They just got some big items picked up too now on Storm. They've got the Blade Mill for snaking, so that's going to make CCNC's life pretty miserable. Leshrac versus Blade Mill, not a whole lot of fun. And Yuara's already starting to pick up some stat items too. He's got the Dragon Lance on the way to that Maelstrom, and he's been having a spectacular game already.
Yeah. A 6-1-6 performance from Yuara so far. Ah, jump. Does actually catch him out despite the lead. They find the stun. He's got a couple of leaps left. Not just the one. He's got one coming back up in a second, but he doesn't have the mana, so he will go down. The relocate gank from Zaya success.
That's what happens. We praise him, he dies. But he got the tower secured. It didn't get denied at least. Optic just need to make sure that that Pycat can get an item. Once he gets Echo Saber and all this, he's actually going to be a little bit more of a force, but we've just been seeing him getting non-stop disabled in all these engagements.
It's going to keep happening until he gets a BKB as well, which, as you say, we're going for the Echo, of course, first, as you want to do so.
Yeah.
It's going to be some time.
SVG's been such an annoyance with him. He's just walking around, following him in the fights. So Pykat's like, I'm going to hit this Ogre, but it's an Ogre. So sure, he can build up the Jingu stacks, but killing this Ogre still takes some time. And SVG throws out a couple stuns, his team follows up, and that's when they can actually go for the pickoff.
Just got so much disable. Yeah. And on very low cooldowns as well, their stuns.
MSS is getting close to the Spirit Vessel already, so constantly throwing that onto Zai in the team fights, very obnoxious. Don't let him use any of that healing from the IO.
top tower is under attack.
It's Optic too. Optic. Looking to get away with taking this one as Storm. Coming in with a reaction as of yet. Trying to scale the area there with the arrow. Keep eyes as Jawad does manage to grab himself a regen. Getting closer and closer to having that Maelstrom on top of the Dragon Lance. Bottom lane.
I might sound silly here, but I see Zai has 3 points in tether over points in overcharge.
That's a little different.
Right? Usually we see the max overcharge for the damage reduction, but maybe with he wants to be able to try to get the healing going, because it does increase now with the tether levels.
Sure.
I'm used to seeing the max overcharge, max spirits. Just wanted to point that one out.
Storm will back off as Optic show themselves down bottom.
As a unit, though, look at that. All 5 back up. They get ready for a smoke. They're not going to look to slow down.
Yeah, then this might catch off CCNC in the mid lane. We'll see how carefully he plays. As they head up. They're going to find CCNC. The Stampede comes out immediately from 33. And he's able to use up snaking. So no stun to open up. CCNC able to disengage and get out of there. Nice reaction.
Good sentry placement. That's the one that sentry has already done great work. It killed 2 wards and it just revealed a gank that was coming through. Storm still getting a bit more out of the map than Optic. We see Rezo is starting to get that farm built up. He hadn't died at all in the game somehow either. 2-0-4 with the defusal now finished. He's going to be able to accelerate faster and faster because now the bloodlust has also come out.
I mean, that really is the thing that sort of steps Rezo ahead of a lot of the other carries in the game. Just how he very rarely feeds.
Very rarely dies.
He never feeds. In sort of a lane like that, a lot of carries, they get frustrated. You know, they sort of throw away a life in the attempt to get a CS, but Resolution, very used to seeing him play as cool as he does.
They're trying to claim some bounty runes. Looks like they're trying to get at least 3. That should be the case.
33, of course, looking to go for the pipe to buff up his team, as he knows the Pycat. Wow, he is obviously working on the BKB next, but
okay,
just anything they can do to sort of keep that Monkey King alive. I mean, I think he has to.
I guess he
literally can't turn up to these fights without a BKB. There's just so many stuns.
Yeah, I thought he might go for the Crimson Guard first on the Centaur. PPD.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Instead of the pipe, right?
Yeah.
The pipe. I look in there. They have magic, sure, but like I feel like their physical is way higher.
Well, sure, because I was going to ask about that as well, because he obviously favoured the 10% magic resistant talents over the 10% evasion, and I feel like we sometimes see the evasion talent taken against like illusion heroes like the PL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I guess this game, yeah, just more worried about the magical burst. I mean, sure, there is a Mirana, the Dark Willow, of course.
The Willow is the big one.
We've seen how much magical damage in MSS Dark Willow.
Yeah, I think it's really the Willow for the most part, and I guess maybe the Maelstrom and Mjolnir, but
look at that there straight away. But the save is in. Zai comes in with a heal. Pycat will be fine. Now they'll look to fight on. They'll turn towards Resolution. Resolution getting surrounded. He's going to go for the TP out. And, ooh, he's not going to make it away. CCC comes in with the Yours play. Terrorizer tried to use by MSS in an attempt to save him. It might just do so. Resolution gets the doppelganger out, but still, he'll fall. They're able to find the kill onto the PL. Now in return, Storm turning their attention towards Zai. Zai will go down. PPD surrounded by the 3 of them. He's trying to keep himself alive with the decay. Yoar jumps away, turns around, gives him the right clicks. And 2 for 2. Ooh. As they nearly keep Resolution alive there, Storm. But Optic Gaming do get that big old kill, finally taking down that PL. But
so much sustain coming out from them. The pipe was delivered before that fight too, and it made a pretty significant difference.
A trade that Optic will be happy with, just losing their 2 supports and managing to take a carry and a support away from a team that was ahead of them now. As the lead has started to go down a little bit. Just a 2k advantage for Storm.
Yeah, the tombstone placement in that fight too was super clutch. You saw Peter kind of placed it on this high ground position in the tree line, so they actually couldn't hit it, so the zombies started to build up, and that was causing some serious problems for Storm. But either way, Optic do come out ahead on that one, getting the PL kill as well as a pretty rich Willow. And Pycat survives during it all. Very needed.
And they will probably know that that ward is there, as we saw obviously from Pycat jumping into that tree was instantly cut down.
Yes.
So Pycat will know that they saw him go for the jump forward.
MSS is the same level as Yawar in this game.
He's been given that. So we saw him have so much time on his own down on that bottom lane. Yeah.
Huh.
And this is I mean, yeah, it never feels bad making sure Willow has levels.
Yeah, no, of course not. I didn't think he'd be level 14 at the same time.
Sure, I mean,
Yawar, who's been getting kills nonstop. They've got a DD rune now on Yawar. They're looking to try to set something up here. They still have that vision, that ward that you were talking about before. So they're setting up around Snake.
CCC, he's going to look to go in, but indeed it's a bit of a bait, as VGJ.Storm do not mind them at all trying to initiate onto the Wraith King, as instantly they find both CCC, BBD, can they get Zai as well? They can. They get the vision for Snake King to get that Wraith Fire blast in. 3 heroes are taken down, and that really was just a bit of an overstep on Optic Gaming's part, looking to try and initiate onto a Wraith King as deep as that. It was a misplay that cost them heavily. They've lost 3 heroes. Storm heads straight into a pit. They can't afford to make those mistakes, Optic.
Oh, Optic can't contest this at all now.
Yeah.
This is a free rush for Storm. That ward just paying dividends there. Giving them the vision of the Optic setting up for the gank, and Storm just sat behind the Wraith King.
Towards the top. We'll see what they would have seen. The 33 was heading up here on his own. Does have a TP and does have a blink, so it will be very hard to find if they do try and look to hunt for him in the trees. Yeah, I'm going to ping it. I'm going to look.
Oh, just got to start the TP out. So it looks like he will go for the Crimson Guard afterwards. So I guess he just he just felt like the pipe would make it. Did make a pretty big difference in that one engagement. So we've got the Skeleton's attack damage now. Bit more of a pushing monster on that Wraith King now.
Snake King just going to get the AC as well after this.
Yeah, I mean that seems to be the off-lane build, right? You're just like you're this aura guy, blink, blade, mail AC. I've seen like a couple. I don't think in a competitive game at the Aghanims, but a couple times in the pub games I've seen them build it.
BKB is now done for Pycat, so
that'll be important
for sure. He can now sort of stand his ground in the fight and not worry too much about dying that quickly, at least. They obviously do still have physical answers to go through that BKB in terms of the punch of the Wraith King and the PL. But obviously a fair bit of that damage will be reduced. Don't worry too much about.
Does feel like CCC has to go for one pretty soon too. I mean, I know how he really wants the Bloodstone, and he probably, like, finishing it is fine, but he really needs, like, BKB and Shivas in this game is an absolute necessity, because he's still going to get controlled. The Willow is going to do a lot of damage to him in the team fights. And just, yeah, like you said, the overall control. Just far too much to disable. And Yawar is almost going to have that BKB for himself, so he's going to have a lot more freedom in the fight to just get on top of that IO, get on top of the Undying, kill them right away, and then go for that number advantage. Rezo's getting close to a Ahri. Which that's the point where Lesh doesn't clear the illusions at the speed that he really wants to. Until you get your edicts, or your level 20 talent, the Pulse Nova damage.
Oh, look at this Invis rune here. MSS getting vision of them all, and it looks like they weren't prepared for it. They'll drop a sentry down. They'll see him now, but the fight's going to kick off in the favor of Storm as they go straight away with the Wraith Fire Blast. Pycat does get in the middle of them with the Wukong's command, trying to fight back. Yawar jumps out to the side of the old Pycat. He's doing a hell of a lot of damage here with this ultimate. He's taken down the Wraith King once, finds MSS. They'll get themselves another, but the buybacks come into play as they want to keep finding Optic. On their half of the map, they've got the favorable side as they'll take down a second for Optic's 33.
Oh, they get the arrow.
Oh, they're going to fight back, jumping in now with the BKB gone. Pycat can't fight back. CCC trying with the magical damage. Zai has to take him out. Zai will take him back to base.
And they will lose 33 on the end of it with the buyback from MSS on the back line.
It looked like that was going to go Optic's way.
That was
Pycat in perfect
Pycat.
position. The ult worked out, but as you saw there, sort of the no hesitation on the buyback. Zai wanted to get back in. MSS as well, just returning immediately to the fight. And with sort of both shrines are both sort of easily accessible in terms of getting back to that area. Still works out in favor of Storm. They come out on top.
Rezo still had the Aegis, through all that too. He didn't even die. He ran away from the Wukong's command. They just kind of sacrificed. They're like, all right, we're going to lose heroes in that. We're going to lose our Snake King.
PPD might just, he's just dead.
He looks pretty dead if he can get the gap close. The IO's there, but...
Okay.
He's out.
Okay. He's got the backup. I'll look towards Rezo. Snake King is there on the side, and Rezo, looking to sort of charge right in the midst of them all. He's going to get used up, but as you say, does still have that Aegis. Pycat looking to come in, but oh no! I know, we'll talk about that in a bit, but there's the stun out onto Resolution. They do manage to get him once. Did you see what happened?
Yeah, he cut the trees with the
cut
tomb.
the trees with the tombstone.
And his stun connects.
Here we go. They found the second stun. Resolution does get the doppelganger out. Oh, goes for the TP. He's paying for the big plays, but he ain't going to pay off. They've got the damage. They'll take him down.
Rezo with a big mistake, trying to make a
Going
solo
back in.
play. Yeah, he went by himself there while his team's just pushing out the side
And it still
lanes.
worked out even with PPD dropping the tombstone on Pycat's tree. They've got to watch out with those sort of plays. May cost them next time.
I knew something like that would happen.
Yeah.
Right? Like, at some point, you're going to see a doppel cut some trees. You're going to see a tombstone cut
Well, that's
some trees.
fine, because the PL's
That was
not
the
on
other
your
one.
team.
What,
So
what
that's
about the split earth, though? That one might happen, too.
Oh,
later
yeah.
on,
They've got to be careful, Optic.
So that was, I mean, that was pretty nice, right? I think.
Worked out. They take the Aegis out of Reza,
Yep.
and they kill him off.
And it's like the gold thing, like Storm, of course, they won that last fight pretty heavily, but CCNC, he lived throughout all of it, right? And he got some kills, so Bloodstone charges start to stack up. Up to 20.
He's happy with that one, and as you say, going for that BKB next. That's what he needs.
God, we really do curse these players, though. We're like, Rezo, very
never
stable,
feeds,
never feeds.
Doesn't ever go overboard. Charges straight in.
Charges in
I'm
3
fighting,
arrows.
boys. I mean, he did have the Aegis.
He did.
I'll side with him. He's probably saying that's on his team. It's like, team, I'm fighting. I've got Aegis. You've got more than enough time to come and join me. It was on his team.
At least they farmed a lot during it while he was making that play. Like, they were farming the side lanes and the jungle, but...
Just aggressive space making.
Sure.
That's what I call it when I charge into the enemy team.
Yeah, I'm used to that.
There we go, top. See if they can find anything with this smoke. CCNC and Zai. At the moment, only sort of resolution in the neighborhood. So if they can find a position to sort of open onto him. He's going to start to move himself away. He knows that something's up. The Bulls will find him. They've got the Euros. Have they got the perfect stun timing? Bam comes out. But the Terrorize sends them away. 33 does still get over. But that Terrorize there will absolutely save resolution. This time MSS is there with a backup, and the 3-man Terrorize puts that gank to an end.
Now 33 is completely out of mana. They might look to re-engage with this.
I mean, what? Just leap straight forward. They look to focus downside, take the IO out of the fight. Oh, can they find anything more? 33 being chased down, does get the blink off. Finds the bounty rune too, and he will go safely back to his half of the map. So only side to fall.
I got scared for a second. Pycat was trying to jump through trees, and he actually jumped into a bramble.
Oh.
But they didn't notice. They were chasing 33 for the moment.
Wait, is Pycat taking the tones for himself?
Did he?
I mean, he's got one in his stash. As it is.
Yep.
Yep. I mean, you know, what was he wanting trying to hit?
The supports.
They are big. They're big talents. You want to get to them ASAP on the Monkey King.
I mean, they're definitely feeling very pressured, right? They know they're very behind in this game.
And you know, as I sort of said at the start, a lot of the time with Optic games, they like to put a lot of pressure on Pycat, just making sure that they can enable Pycat to carry as hard as possible.
That's man. I actually think 33 has to be careful. Maybe not be careful, but they have to try to get on top of MSS. Because if he stampedes and a Terrorize hits, the rest of his team runs full movement speed back to their base.
That's true, actually.
Right? Like this, I saw them.
I mean, they picked the sensor into the Dark Willow.
Because I was wondering why they were running so fast. Because I was like, wait, oh yeah, they were stampeded. Uh-oh.
Absolutely, the Stampede is certainly something that can work against them.
They got to be careful. I mean, that's something that you can't really expect, but MSS level 18 now. So they're really prioritizing giving the levels to that man. Now he's got, I mean, that's where the Bedlam gets solo kill potential on the cores.
There's that full AC done on Snaking.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of big items coming out for their cores. Optic. They do have the Shadow Blade now finished for Pycat, so he could have some freedom in the fights.
Time for the jump in. Snake King will be fine though. Moonlight Shadow comes out, and the rest of Optic not wanting to commit too heavily. In fact, Snake King, he's the one that wants to fight. He goes straight forward. The stun will be juked out by 33. They'll be able to take down Snake King once. Can they do it again? That's the question. PPD and CCNC trying to keep the rest of the Storm to the side. Snake King pops the Blade Mail. CCNC's got the BKB and the magic damage, so nothing's getting in return to him. He's fine and can man up and get the kill.
That's the BKB reveal. CCNC is getting to the point of those items we were talking about, right?
Yes.
He's got the BKB, now has the plate mail too. Once he gets the Shivas, he's very scary, especially when Io's tethered to him. The Aghanim bonus, I mean, it's nice. It throws the extra lightning every time, like in the vicinity.
It's not bad at all.
It adds something, it helps you find the real PL. And that's important. So, they also, I mean, they have a lot of Aghanim's bonuses, right? Like they can Aghanim Stampede if he gets the tether off beforehand too.
Yeah, the Axe Stampede could actually be quite important, you know, just sort of extra mechanism to keep Pycat alive when so he can stand his ground on the Wukong's command.
Yeah,
Having that damage reduction on a Monkey King during his ult, it's beautiful.
I'm watching to make sure that if VG.Storm has the reveal, and I don't see them actually carrying any reveal, which they do see Pycat right now with the ward. They see him with the Shadow Blade. So in the fights, they have to be able to put down a sentry, or he can just, you know, ult, go in Shadow Blade for him.
Yeah. They're going to have to get some of that out. Running on the courier. They do. Straight out.
Straight away, right?
Pack of Dust go in the way of MSS.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought they'd bring one pretty soon. They've also got Shadow Blade on Rezo now as well. So he's a little bit more elusive in the fights.
Pull me on here on your War.
Yep. But the big one on Optic is CC&C having these items that allow him just to run through.
Yeah, we saw how much damage you can kick out in that last fight. Resolution, obviously.
Another smoke.
Butterfly after the Shadow Blades. It's going to be what he goes for. Smoke up for the Storm. Optic.
They've got high ground at the moment. CC shows himself on low ground, but the rest of the team are repositioning themselves.
So he's going to reveal who first. Storm smartly not looking to just go up blindly into the high ground.
No, not versus these heroes, definitely not.
They are waiting until they see something come out their way, and Optic will go for a smoke themselves. I know what they went for, about. They're just moving over to the jungle. Both teams avoiding one another for now.
The Bloodlust is really enabling them to keep that farm up. You see them, like, they're always a little bit more ahead of the gain of gold just keeps continuing for Storm because they're able to farm and push out those lanes just a little bit faster from Bloodlust.
One lane is pressured in by the illusions.
Yawar is waiting. He's waiting for someone to react to this. He's in position.
Oh. Okay. I mean, if he finds an arrow, it is a tricky one to find, though. But if he somehow manages to get an arrow connection, he could go for it, but Pycat playing it safe, getting back at top. Bouncy Room was being thought about by Optic Gaming, but they won't go and look to contest it. They want to try and take a fight in an unfavorable position, but they may have to do so soon as Roshan is up.
Both teams are going to have to try to get their wards, get the control up around here, make sure those side lanes are pushed in. We see already VG.Storm pushing in mid, pushing in top, setting up to prepare for Roche. Optic all start, kind of staying very, very close in the same area. Pycat is jumping through it, is under vision. So Storm is aware of where this Monkey King is.
Yeah, instant pings out mid coming out. We'll see if Snaking's plans to get out of there, if he wants to sort of start something and tank it. He's going to be jumped on. So Optic looking to initiate onto Snaking. Snaking gets forced to the side by SVG, but still goes down the once. Do they want to try and take this fight Storm? That's the question. Looks like they won't. They'll say, Snaking, you're going down here. They'll let him go. Optic get the kill on the Wraith King, and they can look towards Roshan. Snaking does have buyback, though. So Storm, they should know that the Optic have gone straight towards this. And Optic, they look like they want to try and find more kills before they really commit for it. Yawar gets the leap up to the high ground. They'll go for the Eul's play, but the Terrorize comes out. As CCC did not pop the BKB before looking to do that combo. The root comes through onto PPD. PPD's gone. Buyback as well from Snaking. As they look to keep this fight going, they'll turn towards 33. They'll check him up in the end. Now CCC looks to fight back with the BKB. Going on to this Snaking where he wants. They'll take him down. He didn't have Reincarnate back up in time. BKB from Pycat as Pycat looks to chase down SVG. SVG looks for the Dukes up to the high ground, but 33 hot on the case. Trying to chase. The Moonlight Shadow comes out. Do those two have detection upon them? They don't. Zai, does he either? No, he does not. So SVG, he can hide. He should be okay, but still, Optic more than happy with that one as they get MSS, and they are able to kill Snaking that third time effectively as he buys back for that fight.
Such a great position of a fight for them there. CC&C kind of runs in, and with all this armor that we're talking about, you know, 28 armor, he's getting pretty tanky. 26 Bloodstone charges, infinite mana pretty much in the fights. Oh, Shiva's, that was the Shiva's on there.
That was deep Rezo with a massive courier find there by the secret shop of Optic Gaming.
Zai.
Are they going to look to get in the pit in time? Optic trying to finish this one off. SVG, he has been found by the Bulls of Zai. They found him, he's finally found his hiding place.
Optic does not kill the Roche in a fast time.
They will get SVG though. Double edge from 33 finishes him off, so that's another hero down on Storm. Snaking's going to be back up in 12. SVG buys back. They really don't want to let this Roshan go the way of Optic.
Now with the Flesh Golem, this is where the amplification comes through. They're going to start killing it a bit faster. Storm has to be prepared.
Resolution starting to send illusions in, trying to get the vision so he knows the info on how low it is. Jawar coming in for the side. He's got the BKB back up and he's looking to take the Tombstone down straight away. Tombstone's gone, leaps back out, keeps the distance. SVG getting thrown up into the air. Snake King leading forward, looking on to go on top of 33. Pike up with the BKB, straight with the balance strike onto the two of them. Jawar's got another lead, trying to escape. 33 jumps forward with the double edge. They get the slow. Pike up with the vision, jumps down. They'll get him. They'll take Jawar down, and Jawar buys back straight away. Back towards the pit. Snake King drops once. The Resolution focusing down Zai. Finds the eye of Zai's got the Ghost Scepter. Buys him a little bit of time, but he doesn't have to have a backup for a second. So he will still fall. Resolution gets the double straight buybacks from both Pika and Zai. Over towards the side, 33 still sort of keeping Jawar and MSS drawn away from the pit. He will die for it though. Back on mid, buybacks coming out, a third one now from Optic Gaming. Boundless strike down onto SVG, SVG crumbles. SVG now gone for 60 seconds. The Terrorize thrown out just to keep Optic apart. MSS actually jumping in aggressively. Snaking as well, looking to go, but he hasn't got Reincarnate for 10 seconds. Snaking sort of be careful. Resolution focusing down CCC. No BKB for 30 seconds. Pycat trying to come in and help, but he jumps into the bramble. Stun, Jawar, they've got the damage. Pycat's got no BKB, no escape. Pycat, he's dead for 110 seconds. The Illusion's chasing down 33. MSS, Yule's up into the air. MSS keeping himself alive, trying to force away, and MSS survives. He lives. That's going to be 33 gone now for 90 seconds. Him as well without buyback on the sideline. CCC looking for Snaking. Snaking, they put the Reincarnate once. Can they get him a second out? They can't. CNC surrounded. BKB's back up in 2 seconds, but it's not soon enough. He'll fall. He's down for only 4 seconds with the high bloodstone charges that he does have. But Zai hiding on the cliff. But the auto attack gave his position away. He goes down. PPD as well. VGJ.Storm.
Oh my.
Killing Optic over and over again. Numerous diebacks there from Optic Gaming. Roshan, the real winner here, as he's still alive. But Storm, after sort of their resilience in that fight, coming out with the buybacks, able to outplay Optic at the end of the day, they'll be rewarded with Roshan and an Aegis and a cheese.
Right, that was really tough to keep track because we had 2 fights happening, right?
I had to set my camera well. It was all right.
I was glancing up. You looked like you did great. I saw this fight happening in the mid lane, the one that you were mostly following, and then you went up back toward up top, right?
Where 33 was
where 33 was fighting with MSS and Jawar. It was also Pycat up there. Pycat got kited really hard by MSS as well as Jawar. Ended up dying. That's why he bought back, came back into the fight, and then dies again. And yeah, Storm looking very solid in this game. 18K gold lead, 10K experience.
Up to the high ground they go.
Crazy fights.
Certainly starting to see us. We didn't get to see Storm yesterday, but we knew that they were undefeated. And we know that they look very strong coming into this tournament. And this, to start their second day, looks to be the beginnings of another beautiful one for Storm, potentially, as they'll find the mid-melee racks.
They're looking really sharp in their team fights and their speed that they've really been playing it, because they're constantly looking for these engagements. You don't see them playing this slow pace, trying to farm nonstop. They're always looking for the engagements. It's very good to see. Optic, they've been trying to fight back, even with their IO. Like CCNC, he's recovered super well in this game. He has like a 7-4-10, all these Bloodstones charges, the Shivas, but Storm just able to just brute force through it with their elusiveness, just resetting the fights over and over again. And
I can't help but I feel that Optic just let VGJ.Storm get too many good heroes. I mean, I know drafting is obviously insanely complex and very hard to do, and but Storm couldn't have been happier with this draft, I feel. They open with Wraith King Willow, they get Jawar's Marana, they get Resolution's PL, and then SVG, you know, we know he's a joker. He's on an Ogre Magi. He's having a great time. They are in their element, VGJ.Storm.
Jawar is 16-3-13, so 29 of the 36 kills have been because of his rotations and his clutch arrows in a lot of these situations.
He nearly dying. That's Resolution. Snaking jumps in onto the high ground. They got the stun, the burst from MSS. Shadow Realm hit, they'll find one. The 33 jumps forward, does manage to get the stun, takes MSS out of the game. MSS buys back immediately. They'll bring Snaking down once. Can they do it a second time? Snaking surrounded, slowed down by the Stampede. They will. That's Snaking gone for 70. CCC now with the lead in with the Yule Scepter onto SVG. He's thrown up into the air. He's getting stunned up by 33, as they will hold with relative ease there. Optic Gaming instantly taking down 3 members of Storm. MSS, of course, buying back. A defense well done from Optic.
A little bit of an overcommit there by Storm, but good hold there from Optic. Wondering what they're going to get next, looking at their items. I mean, they've lost the last engagement. They don't have that much luxury. Looks it's going to be MKB for Pycat.
Yeah. And needs it for sure against the... I say the inevitable butterfly. We did see, of course, a change in Resolution's but he did get the nullifier instead of the butterfly.
How do they kill this? How do they kill this PL now? like he's got the 7-second doppelganger cooldown, and we already talked in the beginning about how their supports don't have the stuns. It's their cores who have the stuns. So they have to be pretty synergized with getting all that disable out to try to go for this PL. And it just gets harder and harder with this cooldown talent.
Yeah, well, just doing so much right click now.
Yeah, dataless as well now. And they've got the, not permanent invis, but very low cooldown Moonlight Shadow. So that's when it feels like you're always getting smoke ganked in the game once you approach this late game.
But Optic have got, I'd say they got, I think you can consider them having good high ground, especially when Pycat hits the 25. When you have that AoE of the Wukong's command.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you're Storm, you just walk out of it.
That's the thing.
And then go back in when he hasn't got it, but...
That's what they have to be sure to be able to do, is they have to be able to fight inside of that, like, perimeter, around the Tombstone, around the Wukong's command. But it's very difficult, because like we said, yeah, their disables are not as substantial as Storm's. I mean, Willow alone gives you such an immense amount of disable. And MSS has been having a spectacular game as well. Level 24, Blink, Aeon Disc Yules, as well as the Vessel. Having a jolly good time.
Of course, still with the cheese on resolution.
Okay, and Aegis as well still on your war. You can see Optic just still kind of chilling in their base, allowing Pycat to do the split push for now. As the siege begins.
CCNC is quickly cleaning out the illusion push, or at least trying to do his best to do so. So with the heart, these illusions can tank a fair bit of this damage.
Doppel cooldown. Just keeps throwing those in there. Infinite illusions.
And it really does take some time for CCNC to kill off the illusions.
Yeah, especially the one that's, takes the damage. Takes less damage.
And that Hurricane Pike right clicks there. And CCNC bringing him down to half. He's got to be careful.
Aegis just got reclaimed off your war. As they back up, and they'll play it safe. They know that they kept pretty much all of Optic in their base for the last few moments. They're going to run around, collect those bounty runes, keep that economy going. And Snaking summons the army to deal with the lanes.
I mean, it's so nice for just pushing out the side lanes.
Dude, look how it clears the creep wave so fast. And it's also killing the shrine, too, so multi-usage.
Wow, look at that.
Fantastic.
72 damage a pop. It's a lot of damage. Oh, there's a fight. We better stop watching these skeletons. 33, going in with the Stampede. Thanking, gets surrounded. They do manage. Oh, they got Pycat. Oh my. He dies immediately. He's gone for 100 seconds. Nullifier from Rezo out onto 33. 33 gone as well. They've got the stun onto PPD. PPD's taken down. 3 dead on Optic. CCNC is trying to be healed up by Zai, but it's not enough to keep him alive. Triple kill for Yawar. Zai will escape. But my goodness, Pycat not getting the BKB off, just dies immediately.
Wow. And now, I mean, also the PL has a BKB at that point. Zai gets relocated back in, just dies to MSS's Bedlam with SVG, but
that's game over.
That's game over, yeah.
VGJ.Storm.
Did he get clipped by an arrow, or because I saw him thinking follow-up stun. So he got clipped by some stun first, and then got follow-up stun and just killed.
As the tier 4s will fall. They won't tap out yet. They are buying back. They do have PPD back in 5 seconds, but the stun. Onto CCNC, he's got no BKB for 9 seconds. Can they keep that man alive? They cannot. As he will fall. 33 surrounded. As VGJ.Storm just fattening up the scoreboard for themselves. 38k lead, 46-25. GG is called as game 1 goes the way of Storm. And it looked pretty convincing as well.
It really did.
I don't know, but the draft from Storm was just perfect. They got Wraith King Willow.
Yeah, I mean, it looked really good right off the bat. They got Rezo on a PL versus some limited disables. They really slowed down Pycat a lot in this game, I felt. So it was hard for Optic. It was like CCNC had to have a perfect game, and then they had to have Pycat somehow try to catch back up. But he was getting caught in arrows. He was getting caught cutting like trees, just dying in the midst of the fights almost instantly. Just the amount of damage and control from Storm was really well executed versus Optic's lineup.
Yeah, Yawar 21-3 and 16. They're looking pretty scary, Storm. So Another game under the in the bag and undefeated. Well, there's 5 games now.
I think you have to...
The 5th game that they played.
You got to address this Willow or the Wraith King, right? They played it...
I think you got to... Yeah, you can't let them have that dual opener. It just seems like whatever lane you have, it's far too strong.
Yeah.
They're not losing that lane.
It's like the dual lane pressure, and then I feel like the Wraith King 2 just focuses so much attention, right? Like Snaking is feeding, but he's doing his job. Like 6, 8, and 31 assists on that offlaner. He was just jumping in forward, didn't care if he died in all the situations. Yeah, it was just something needs to be addressed with how VGJ.Storm is getting the heroes that they want in every single game.
And I feel like as we talked about, sure, Optic sort of made up for the fact they didn't have stuns with their cores, but it did sort of get to the point where it felt sort of the IO and dying, it just couldn't really do anything.
Yeah.
Like in sort of the team fights, the Tombstone was getting taken out straight away. There was Jawar with sort of the leap attack speed, the classic sort of PL answer to it. It just never really was a threat. Sure, in the lane, it worked out to an extent, but it didn't sort of win the lane. It really felt like that opener, just in comparison to the Wraith King Willow opener, was just, it was on another level. Right?
Yeah, Wraith King Willow,
yeah.
I felt like they shut down the Monkey King harder than the Centaur IO shut down the PL.
Because 33 had a good time
but,
at the start.
Yeah.
But Resolution, of course, as we were saying off the back of that laning stage, didn't give up his life. They were bullying him, they were slowing him down a little bit, but they weren't killing him, and they weren't knocking him back any further than sort of their own carry. Pycat was being knocked back in the bottom lane. Yeah.
Yeah, some good teamwork. Jawar coming in clutch in the early, 21-3 into BP. So, because he was just he just moved around constantly.
Yeah, I mean we can see here some of the highlights of the game. Of course, this play up top, one of the many team fights where Storm just able to get in. Pycat unable to sort of react in time. This I believe obviously was before he had the BKB.
Yeah.
And this fight gets up.
This was
the big.
This was the better win for Optic.
Well, it looked like it was
going to be. Yeah.
As we can see, Pycat finding that perfect position for the Wukong's command, but MSS just buying back immediately. So yeah, the cursed ground followed the fact that snaking does take as long as it does to sort of take him down the twice that you have to with the Wraith King.
Yeah, it seemed like when the Wukong's command was over, it was just like, all right. Yeah. VGJ.Storm's just like, all right, let's go back and engage. Yeah, they still had Reza with an Aegis during all this too.
And I believe they couldn't quite kill Jawar as well off at the end of that. Another fight where Jawar was just able to survive here as well by the Rosh pit. You know, Jawar just jumping in with the BKB, taking Optic's attention away from Roshan just in time.
This is where the split situation happens.
Yes, this was the crazy fight.
Yeah.
So Jawar getting chased all the way up top, does fall, but he has buyback.
Buys back
no
right
hesitation.
Away. And we can see on the minimap, because you were following the fight over here. Look at the minimap. You see 33's running up top towards MSS, and then eventually the cut through from the Mirana comes through to try to deal with that, and then Pycat also dies up there, so it was just like this whole situation that turned into kind of a mess. Because Pycat died up here versus MSS while they chased to finish off Jawar. But yeah, I mean, Storm looked really good. I thought they played at such a fast pace. Optics felt like a little bit harder to play overall just with their draft.
I mean, if you did have to pick a single hero that you'd say if you're Optic, you do not want to let Storm play, would it be the Willow?
I think it would be the Willow.
It would be the Willow.
I don't know, actually. The Willow and the Wraith thing. Like, snaking, it didn't even look like the invisible impact was massive. Like, the lifesteal, like, these little things. The AoE, the lifesteal for these heroes, like, for the PL as well as the Mirana, these things add up. As well as him just being in the front lines, getting that AoE slow on everybody.
And you could really just feel sort of how awkward it is to play against the Wraith King, because there were so many times that Optic would see snaking and they sort of felt pressure to have to initiate upon him. But being a Wraith King, that's sort of what snaking wants to happen.
Yeah.
As there's more than enough time for his team to come in and sort of prepare for the fight. The fact that you've got to take down this brute twice, so yeah, definitely. I will definitely be surprised if we see Storm get their hands on both of those heroes as the opening two.
Yeah, I mean, in game 2. The Weaver was banned last time, so maybe...
I surely you ban one of those two heroes over the Weaver.
I guess the thing is that maybe PPD was thinking, okay, we might get the IO, and I don't want to play versus, you know, Weaver when we have IO, because it's very hard. You get right on top of him in the minus armor. It's very annoying to play as an IO. But maybe they're gonna have to, they're gonna have to adjust something, because it just seems like too brutal of a combo. Or maybe they take it themselves. Some type of adjustment. And we will see.
And there we have it. Storm, another impressive game for them. The 5th one in a row, undefeated. And game 2 for Optic. We've seen it in the past, you know, Optic, they can sort of suffer in game 1, then PPD, the mastermind, has a very different approach to the second game. And I feel he is going to need to. I'd be surprised if we sort of see them sit on the Undying IO.
I want to see something on, not the Undying.
So it just feels... it feels like something that's worked in the past, but maybe in this sort of meta that we're seeing here at TI with the way that teams are playing, you're not going to get away with sort of this lack of stuns. We're really seeing sort of the OP-ness of having control, especially in sort of the early stages of the game.
Like one of the two, right? If you have an IO, maybe not the Undying, but if you have an Undying, you want to have some other type of disable that can follow. Like then you can have a Willow, right? Undying Willow, something like that. So.
Well, we will have a short break, I believe. We're just going to pop ourselves into the lobby. Don't go anywhere, as the second game will be starting very, very soon, of course. We're getting the games on nice and quickly here at the TI 2018 group stages. So we'll see you very shortly for Game 2 of VGJ.Storm and Optic Gaming. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Game 2 of Optic Gaming versus VGJ.Storm. The draft is underway. I'm ODPixel, as always, joined by Fog.
Hello.
And we have a bit of a surprise. Well, it's going to be Storm actually banning out the Wraith King this time round, knowing that Optic Gaming, they don't have the first pick, but they've got the double pick, and they don't want Optic to get their hands on it. And it looks like they don't sort of value the Wraith King enough to sort of pick it as a solo first pick.
And also, let's point out that VGJ.Storm has actually never played as first pick so far in this tournament.
Okay.
They have only played a second pick, so they've always gotten Willow, Wraith King, or Willow, Weaver, or Silencer, Wraith King, or something along those lines. So yeah, they don't want to first pick it. They want to prioritize something else. And right now, it's looking like it could be the Silencer if it doesn't get banned out, from what I'm seeing, at least through the popular picks, right? Silencer and Tiny, I guess I would say.
I still feel like Willow's so good you just pick it on its own. Like, do you really, like, surely Willow's still a fine solo
no, I think you start with Willow. Silencer's banned as well.
Just pick Willow. Oh, why not?
Or is Weaver in the pool?
I mean, Weaver is there, but do you want Weaver on his own? If you
I don't think you want Weaver.
Weaver.
And Tiny's in the pool too. So a Weaver, Tiny, and Willow, I think, would be the top 3 that I see right now.
Yeah. Unless they want to start with something drastically different. We'll see Storm.
10 seconds remaining.
We'll see after that last game for considering Storm's lineup. Only the Wraith King that's going to be missing from it this time around. They've still got all those other strong heroes available, and no surprises. They still take the Willow. It's there. They'll grab it. Now, Optic, as you say, they've got this double pick now. So, what are some strong double picks left in the pool that we can expect Optic to see there? They obviously banned out the Eye themselves. Undying is still there. Maybe if they do really want to stick with the Undying pick, they can look to sort of open it with another sort of partner.
I don't know if they want to open with this, but Oracle's a good hero versus Willow. Oracle's excellent versus Willow.
Yeah.
People were doing that at Summit, right? Yeah, I think that was one of the things that people were doing.
Optic Gaming's turn to pick.
The Weaver is definitely going to get picked, yeah.
I mean, do they play Phoenix? Because we saw the Weaver-Phoenix dual lane do absolute wonders.
That was a very cool lane.
Phoenix, I feel, is one of those heroes that it can be very strong against Willow. You've got a lot of way to do damage around sort of the Shadow Realm.
Well, they wouldn't do both. No, they wouldn't do Tiny and Weaver in the opener. Maybe Wyvern or
Tiny
Venge.
Weaver feels a bit wonky.
Maybe Venge.
10 seconds remaining.
Venge, if they want to whip out a Phoenix, now would not be a bad time to do so. Just getting it to the second opener, paired up with Weaver.
Let's see which one it's going to be.
VGJ.Storm.
It will be the Tiny. Okay. I was wondering if they would do this because it's so good.
I mean, it's a great, but so Tiny and Weaver on the same team. How's this sort of working out? Well, you having the Weaver in the 4.
No, you can have the Tiny play offlane.
Sure, and it's still a carry Weaver.
You can just, The thing I think why they picked a Tiny is because you don't want to play Weaver against Tiny. All game, you're just dead. You get combo and you're dead.
Yeah, and I guess it is another one of those heroes that can clean up a Willow easily.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think Tiny's just very strong hero right now. Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay, so already, I mean, I'm liking this approach better from Optic, at least from
I see a Willow and Storm. I see a Willow and Storm.
Meta standpoint, though. Meta standpoint, right? Like last game, I like Io.
Yeah.
Undying, I feel like Undying is a very hit or miss hero for me. Either it's gonna like own really hard, or just like it starts to become a little underwhelming. So yeah, better opener. But yes, you do open with 2 of your cores more than likely. That is the one issue. So I'm taking their time. They're gonna have to. I mean, they have to go outside the box here a little bit because they've opened with the same heroes across the board here.
Is this a game where you could drop a Drow strap if you're Storm?
I guess you could. I've been seeing the Drow get run over by the Weaver in the laning phase at least. Though.
Oh, that is true. Yeah,
really hard.
That is true.
In like 3 different games, I think, at this tournament, I've seen the Drow die 3 times in laning phase. Okay.
The Ursa. See, Weaver pretty good at kiting the Ursa, but sort of against the Tiny, you do have that damage resistance, which can be very nice to stop the Tiny from bursting you. And obviously, Tiny himself, you get the slow on him and a few swipes, and Tiny will melt.
They banned the Undying. They have an Ursa, so it's like, that's a little bit different. It's not a PL who can actually do with the Tombstone. And Ursa's main problem is getting kited around, and that's what Undying gives you.
I don't see these 2 heroes. I got to be honest, I do still like the thinking of the Oracle that you went with.
Yeah, right.
Having the disarm and search.
I think it could still be an option.
Having the control.
It's so good versus Willow. You just instantly get rid of the stun. Like you can make someone magic immune versus the Willow ulti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not mind seeing an Oracle for Optic.
We'll see.
Maybe even if they want to go the way, I guess it's early days. Could there be a chance of if they wanted to go Huskar and Oracle, or is that not great against an Ursa?
It's not. I mean, it's not great, but they do play it. They
Yeah,
do like
they do like
Huskar. CCNC loves to play that hero. They ban the Bane. Okay.
Optic Gaming's turn to
Storm
bat.
bans out the CM. Oh yeah, CM was ignored last game, huh? That's right. It's been banned or picked a lot of the games so far in the tournament. Both teams are changing it up a bit from what they've been
10
picking.
seconds remaining.
We could still have an option of what would
5
I mean?
seconds
Maybe
remaining.
would SVG just play Ogre again? Okay, so I'm looking back at the games from yesterday from Storm. And so Storm played versus Vici, and Vici did try the Oracle versus the Willow, but they lost.
Oh,
Next hero is more than likely SVG's hero.
I'd like to see an SVG disruptor. I'm sure that catch, that control, the sort of, you know, Ursa works fantastic with. Disruptor and Dark Willow, excellent team fight.
I think they might, actually, you know, that could be true. I think they might go for something like Lion. Just disable versus the Weaver.
And there's
they
the ban.
it.
So,
Yeah,
I mean, PPD's on the
it.
same wavelength as you. He takes it away.
I knew it.
There's a Wyvern.
So now it could just be, I think they want some more control for the Weaver. That's why they take the Lion usually. Because they did the same thing earlier. They did the same thing versus Vici. They picked the Lion versus the Weaver. So I'm thinking I think it could just still be Ogre. What's another controlling hero? I don't think they would do Shadow Shaman.
I mean, we don't see that much Disruptor, I guess, but...
10 seconds
I mean, it
remaining.
definitely could still be an option. I used to love SVG on the Disruptor.
Yeah, it's one of his best. Or if we want to be really sort of the SVG classics, the Elder Titan that we're still waiting to see.
But 5 Elder Titan, right? They already have
You don't
the 4
like it as a
Willow.
5?
It's not so much. So Wyvern for Optic. So Wyvern works really well with Weaver with the bug synergy. You can easily just, curse into bugs. Everybody starts getting their armor ticked down. Works really, really nice.
Great
Good
against
for the combos.
Ursa.
Yeah.
You know, you can be sure that if Ursa's punching one of his teammates, it's probably going to kill him.
It sets up Tiny for the combo too. If you get a good curse, Tiny can hit their weight, wait for the curse to about to be finished. Combo, throw tree, cleave damage, hit some multiple heroes. It's also, mostly just for the Ursa, the Cold Embrace too, and just the kiting, poking him with the Q. Arctic Burn? Oh my god, I can't believe that one slipped my memory for a second.
Burn, yeah.
So they're taking their time here on Storm.
Optic Gaming.
What's the hero gonna be?
Oh, a Chen gets
okay.
through.
That is a switch up. It has been banned versus them every single game they've played at this
wait, has it
tournament.
actually been every game?
It's been every game first ban.
Oh, what about last game? Last game as well?
Banned in the first phase. It was
Gets
the 5th
through.
ban, but first phase ban. Okay, oh, cool. All right, we get to see the Chen, which has been banned and across a lot of games.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, I think it was
it's got
banned
very
versus
high ban
Liquid.
rate.
Seconds remaining.
Yeah. All right.
Optic. I mean, I don't know, don't you sort of see a Chen and start wondering, well, can we just slip the clinks in?
VGJ.Storm.
You know, I'm going to hold off on that mid pick, but
The
it seems
combo.
with the Enigma first.
Wyvern Enigma. Good way to set up those black holes.
There is obviously once the BKB's there, no way to cancel the black hole on VGJ.Storm's lineup at the moment. And you are right, yeah, that's sort of very easy setup from a distance with a Wyvern Winter's Curse.
10
It'll be
seconds
fantastic
remaining.
for the Enigma to walk in and get an easy black hole.
5 seconds remaining.
Optic's got. So Storm looks like lane focused, right? Storm looks very lane focused. Optic looks team fight focused. So Storm's gonna try to mess with that by throwing in a Spectre. So they're trying to throw some late game.
Okay, so yeah, not. I was gonna say, do we see Spectre and Ursa on the same team very often? It seems a bit of a different sort of core duo.
It's gonna probably be Ursa off lane. They're gonna do the Willow Ursa. You would think?
I think.
seconds
Right?
I mean, it does feel like a hero
That feels like
snaking.
snaking.
It feels like a snaking hero for sure, and you want to get something else. What for Yawar? I mean, for sure, Yawar could play the Ursa, but yeah, I think you could be onto something. I think yeah, snaking Ursa sounds good, and indeed Optic thinking that as well. They ban out Yawar's heroes.
Yeah,
they
I
ban
think
out Storm.
that's the one that's most
Yeah.
obvious. We've seen a couple like 4-position Ursa, I mean, not at the tournament, but I've seen 4-position Ursa in pubs. So like the 3-position I've seen.
I mean, I'll be honest, we don't see this hero, but he's very strong in pubs. Wouldn't he be great here? Get Yawar on a Zeus.
10 seconds remaining.
Is this because the Zeus Spectre?
Zeus Spectre, the Magical is going to be great against sort of the lineup of Optic Gaming. Cold Embrace are going to be 7. You have an Axe on Zeus, bam, whoever's Cold Embrace, they're going to die. They ban out the 33 Brood. What else is there for Yawar? If they do want to go the way of putting snaking on the Ursa. And he's sort of a big flashy hero.
He could still play, if he wants to play like an aggressive, he could still play the Mirana again, right?
10
And then it gives him some mixed magic damage versus the Wyvern.
He's been absolutely killing it on Mirana. You're right. Why
Cold-
not play Mirana?
With like the Cold Embrace too, like Ursa's gonna try to jump, the Cold Embrace will come out, and then you have your arrow set up.
Sure, yeah, just pick Mirana again. You're bang on.
And I think he can
Just pick
it's
Mirana
a hero
again.
that can get aggressive and give Spectre space. If not,
I mean, I feel like with the performances he's had, you sort of ban the Mirana over the Storm Spirit.
I just want to give Yawar heroes.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I would be thinking in as VG.Storm, because he's been great so far this tournament already, playing those.
Gaming's turn.
Oh!
and bang on it!
I
Oh my
told you,
God.
bruh. This
Damn.
hero is broken, and I don't know why pros don't play it as much as they do. There we go. Give it a clap.
Great call.
Zeus, I'm telling you, this means the Enigma can never really fight without a BKB. Now, every time, if the Axe is there on the Zeus, bam, out comes an Nimbus on top of him. He can't do anything. Weaver's just going to get bursted down incredibly easily.
It is. I mean, it is a good Zeus Spectre, right? We've got vision for team fights.
yeah,
We've got burst.
It's Zeus Spectre.
Seconds remaining.
OD.
Oh, Optic, what have we got here? So, I mean, it was interesting that they banned out the Brood, because you would imagine 33 heroes would have been the Enigma, right? Unless they did want to sort of do what, like a Zai Enigma?
That's. I was kind of thinking
Like-
it could be, but.
But do you want to run a position 4 Enigma, though? Surely it's going to be a position 3 Enigma. So we're looking for what? I'd imagine what we're looking for CC and C0, right? I think this...
Then what? Support Weaver with Wyvern.
I don't think you want to play a Core Weaver against a Zeus, but we'll see.
I think so too. I think Wyvern and
I think
Weaver are other
if you pick-
supports.
But what can you get away with?
Like Huskar? No.
No, I don't think you can get away with us. Well, maybe
It's just 'cause
you
it's
can
only
get
'cause
away
it's
with...
CC and C.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. What have we got? Optic Gaming, give us a surprise. Ooh, something a little different. A Medusa. So both teams going with the big, fat late game carries. The Medusa and the Spectre coming out from both sides. But it's going to be Pycat Weaver, so it's going to be a CC&C Dusa. And will be Zai Tiny. So Tiny will be the roaming support. So interesting switch-ups from both sides. I gotta be honest though, Storm, they got the Willow. And I think Zeus Spectre is very, very strong. I think it's going to be another tough one for Optic, Fog. Sell me Optic's lineup here.
They've got really good team fight mid game. Really, really good team fight with Enigma Wyvern. And it is a support Tiny. So wait. Okay.
The support's on it.
10 seconds remaining.
It feels greedy. Support Tiny with a Dusa and
I mean,
an Enigma.
Wyvern Dusa is fantastic. You get
Sure.
Winter's Curse, you've got the Stone Gaze, easily, you know, if you're in position, you'll get them all stunned.
It feels greedy, and you're playing versus a Chen lineup, and you're playing greedy into a Spectre. So the Storm is like working okay with going late,
It
right?
feels like it's going to get to a point, yeah, if the game goes on, it's going to get to a point where I don't know if they're going to have the damage to kill a Spectre. Like, I don't think Resolution is going to die if it gets to that
They've
later
got
point in the game.
percent-based damage, though. They've got Wyvern and Enigma percentage damage.
Sure, but that's relying on the
that's
Enigma getting the black hole pretty much.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, Resolution's out of there, he's getting sent back by SVG. And I really like the Zeus pick from Yawar. I think that is...
It is pretty damn nice.
It's going to do well. I mean, there must be reasons to say, because, you know, I'm not great at the game. I think it's good. Obviously, pros aren't really picking this hero. Why are we not seeing Zeus sort of getting as much play in competitive as compared to pubs? You know, we're always just seeing a Zeus just stomp games in pub games, win his lane, do an insane amount of damage. What is the downsides of a hero like this in a competitive match? Why aren't we seeing it picked that frequently? Like
you do scale, but you're different. You don't keep buildings or anything. So right now, that's the thing is, I look at their lineup and they do have the Chen to at least enable them to get the buildings early. Because that's probably my biggest concern with Zeus is when I see like a Zeus and a Spectre, I'm like, how are they gonna take towers? But they've got the Chen, so that allows them to actually take buildings and keep that the gold momentum going for the Zeus to be able to be that powerhouse.
I think either way, we are going to have a very fun game on our hands here. We have quite a treat again of a lineup from Optic. Sure, we saw them try something a little different. Game 1 didn't work out. We're trying to see them try something very different again here in Game 2 because we've got a PPD Wyvern, it's beautiful, Pycat Weaver, CC&C on bringing back the Medusa, and I'm excited to see this one. Zion is tiny. It's a flashy hero for him, and of course 33 Enigma, 33. No doubt about him, always has a solid game. And as we've seen, sort of these solid, robust, reliable offlaners, they can win the game with a hero like Enigma. It really can be that game-winning plays that can come out from 33. And Optic side, MSS Willow, it was amazing first game, snaking on the Ursa. Arguably a hero that you can sort of play to a similar level as the Wraith King. You know, you can sort of just go in, you have that ult that sort of keeps you alive long enough to get the rest of the team in, and you can do a crazy amount of damage on your own. They've got that combo of the Yuar Zeus and the Resolution Spectre that we talked about.
Yeah, the Blink Daggers are like Blink Daggers are not really an option. They're not going to be fun to play with Blinks on the side of Optic versus all this.
And what is it about SVG Chen that's sort of warranted it being banned every game that people have played against Storm?
I mean, just Chen in general. You're just your early game. Like these here, who deals with Chen creeps in this game? Nobody. You're still at that point where Chen, you're that monster where you get your Chen creeps. Nobody can ever deal with it. So they're actually going to block one of the camps with the sentry. And if you're looking at Pycat, gonna get rooted up, taking a decent amount of damage
he used Shikuchi to try and steal the bounty. So as we saw, they didn't have it straight away to avoid getting punched out.
So he didn't even get it, huh?
Yeah, so it's a lot of damage down to him. He's prepared for the rest. He's got a fair few tangos on it.
We'll point out that you look at the adaptation from game to game, right? Look at the items on this bottom lane. Last game, MSS had a Blightstone because he had the Skeleton King, or the Wraith King, and he was playing versus a Monkey King. This game, buys Mango, gets himself the early stick, and they bring 2 sentries to the lane. So 2 sentries to deal whenever with the Weaver does use Sakuchi. Makes it a lot harder to play for Pycat.
I'll be interested to see how this mid lane goes down between the two of them, Yuar and of course CC&C.
SVG's just using the Penitence level 1 to try to push Zai away. CC&C should have pretty good time in this mid matchup.
Yeah, should be able to drain the Zeus's mana.
Yep, should be able to get like 3 last hits. Zeus can't really walk up to contest the denies. If you walk up to contest denies, you eat the Mystic Snakes.
Sentries down. Who's going to get the D-ward? We'll be in favor of Storm.
Second one. Storm had already placed one down. PPD D-warded it, but so they brought a second one.
Yep. Oh, okay.
They know how important it is to have those early sentries in the lane versus a Weaver. Snaking.
Yeah, making a good chance on him here. They put the root down, but Pycat is able to dodge it. Can he get in? Does he want to dive to finish off the kill? He has got a Mango if he wants to go for another Shikuchi. Doesn't want to go for it, though. Snaking does manage to get himself far enough behind that tower and will be able to salve up, keep himself alive.
They got the big wave coming, too. For VGJ.Storm. Optic almost gets the kill, though. But they had to commit all of their mana pool. They're both completely They have to burn Mangoes if they want to. Keep in that lane. That lane pressure.
Mid lane, Yuar. Low mana, but does still have... actually got 3 Mangoes brought out, ready to boot. As CS, very even between the two of them at the moment. 9 for 2 against the 8 for 1.
Top lane, they're making sure that they can't actually pull the lane back. I saw Zai actually body blocked and then warded for the pull, and then they also body blocked the hard camp because it was originally warded and it got de-warded by Storm. They're just making sure they can try to slow down Rezo and also make SVG have a harder time get those creeps. First creep SVG will get will be the Troll Summoner. We'll talk about the Troll Summoner also because I think this could play a factor in the game maybe later on when Enigma does, if go for BKB. You can always net. A bit of a scary factor.
No resolution. Get tossed back there, but still able to sort of stick around in the lane and have a look in on the CS. In fact, they're going to make a bit of a go on to 33 resolution. Doesn't quite have dagger up, but there's the Troll Summoner coming to play, holding 33 down, and that will secure them first blood. Zai trying to find the kill and return onto SVG, and he will do so, so he gets the trade. But first blood, of course, going the way of VGJ.Storm.
Power of Chen creeps early on. As soon as it shows up, gets a kill.
Resolution still sitting the lowest on the CS, but this was a similar situation that we saw in Game 1. And definitely a player that you can rely on to make the comeback, despite any sort of slow start that he has to suffer through if the pressure's on him at the start.
Similar thing to last game's happening bottom. Again, snaking, getting gone on.
Should have a good chance to finish this one off. Snaking. One more hit will do it. They do have the Cursed Crown on Pycat. In fact, yeah, Pycat's not going to be able to chase it then. So MSS will keep snaking alive.
So close. Because of that aggressive move, though, PPD could finally place his sentry down and kill their sentry they had in the lane. They were kind of having a little bit of a sentry battle. 33 gets the last hit on the creep.
So I try him with the toss back. There's the avalanche as well, and Resolution.
They got him.
They get him.
Very nice.
Just having the right amount of damage to do so.
They killed the big Satyr creep that SVG had too, so they got the experience and gold for that, and then the kill follow-up.
Mid lane, as we can see, CCNC now starting to break ahead.
Yeah.
Out of the Zeus. Really harassing Yawar back with the Mystic Snake spam. Bottom lane. First crown onto Pycat. Does have the Shikuchi.
The Bramble didn't connect in time.
It does catch onto PPD though. PPD still able to get himself slightly across the trees. And that will keep him safe enough.
Ooh, if Pycat gets clipped by that Bramble there, MSS was a little bit slow on it. That could have possibly been a kill.
Snaking, of course, does have the bottle. Is empty at the moment, but 5-minute rune is about to come up. Top lane, Resolution trying to make an aggressive attempt onto 33, but he turns with the mini stuns, allowing Zai to come in with the combo, and that's actually going to be Rezo in trouble again. Can he escape? He's trying to get his way through the trees. Zai on the hunt. Can he find that last touch? They've got the Eidolons wrapping around, and with the right click from 33, they'll get it. Doing it a couple of times in a row. The aggressive tips from Pycat.
Got to get in his head somehow. So, Pycat's doing better than the Spectre. 19-0 to 14-2 and no deaths. So Rezo, unable to TP back either. Only level 3. This tiny support's working right now.
Bottom lane.
And look, talking about working as well. Zai's moving mid.
For the Cursed Crown. Into the stun at the same time indeed. The gank, the rotation. Zai's got the combo and he's got the kill. They'll get the 1-for-1 back towards bottom lane. MSS will TP away. Snaking. Will not be chased for now. Pycat has got Shikuchi back up in a second. Snaking keeps himself hidden in the trees in case the chase comes through, and we'll be able to TP back to base. A good rotation from Zai. And CCNC's lane just getting even more easier.
And you caught both kills.
Of course, that's always. Easy. 4 for 2.
Zai's 2-0-2 already on the support Tiny. And now he's sitting on a haste rune.
With these kills, 33 is getting good levels. He's going to be hitting the 6 pretty soon.
Zai's already getting in position to dive Yawar. Meanwhile, bottom, PPD.
He's got Pycat by his side, so PPD will be fine. Yeah, we'll see if Zai can get in. He's got a little bit of time left on that haste rune.
Look at mid. They glyph the wave. Yawar steps up.
Straight in with that haste to close the gap. Open him with the combo. Yawar, he'll go down once again. Zai and CCNC doing work in this middle lane. Half damage already done to this tier 1 tower.
Yeah, Zai's coming in real clutch so far. Boots, raindrop, stick, 880 gold. The dream right now for support for 4 position.
Bringing, you can see MSS sort of around this middle lane just in case the dive does sort of happen again. Zai heading around towards the top. They will find SVG here. Was looking for creeps. Doesn't look like they look to try and chase him down though. CCNC Zai just focusing on shrining up bottom lane. Heading in, getting the slow onto PPD. He will be able to fly his way over the tree line. Now turning around towards snaking Pycat. Not going to commit with the bugs as of yet. May look to do so now as he'll chase forward. Doesn't know the Shadow Realm hit's already been used. It will just be harassing, snaking away from the wave. Doesn't want to dive too aggressively. Unless that Splinter Blast connects, and it will do so, but the Cursed Crown puts Pycat off going anywhere deeper. But still some good harassment here from Pycat and PPD, really securing the space for Pycat to have a good time farming.
Yeah, all 3 lanes are going great. Snaking is the only one amongst that top net worth with Optic's cores. I'm gonna keep watching Zai because he seems to be the big move maker so far in this game. Level 5 already on the Tiny.
Be an Arcane Rune top. CCNC will be able to get his hands on.
This will probably be the game that we see some more passiveness coming out from VGJ.Storm because of how poorly the mid lane is going this time around. Last time, Yawar was the one making moves around. He was already starting the ganks, but he's a Zeus. Toss back. Rezo.
Zai again with this sort of setup. Won't be quite enough damage though. Rezo does now have the point in dispersion to help him out against this harass.
The denies on the Enigma are insane. 26 denies. Rezo is level 5.
Just a quick first crown onto PPD. Do have Pycat coming in from the side. Find an opening to go. Just get held back by the root. Shadow Realm will keep SS safe, but Zai, again, look where he is. He's there ready to join the fight, allowing Pycat to look to chase down Snaking. Snaking does have the bug upon him, but Pycat keeping the kite up, keeping the distance. Can Zai get back in? He does have the toss, but Avalanche isn't quite there, and looks like Snaking will be able to keep safely. I mean, Zai actually hiding behind this tree. May catch Snaking out, indeed, hiding behind the tree. He did not expect that, Snaking. Zai with the perfect positioning. Mid lane as well at the same time. SVG tried to come in to help Yawar attempt onto CCNC's life, but nearly ends in SVG losing his own, as he does have to retreat and back off. Smoke up from Optic as PPD, and of course Zai once again on the move. Zai 4-0-2. Pretty much involved and responsible for all 6 of Optic's kills.
He got given the wards as well, so he can go place those deep into the enemy jungle. So you can watch where the movements are coming out from the Chen, and also watch wherever the Zeus and Spectre are going to be farming, because you can already feel VG.Storm are going to start having to retreat back.
That's the tower gone. Before the 10-minute mark, CCNC will claim it. It's mid lane, and as you say, pretty much every lane. Been a fantastic start for Optic Gaming this game too.
Yawar doesn't have boots or a TP, steps up a bit far here.
Got the slow from PPD. The right click should be enough as Yawar.
He's got no boots.
He's trying his best.
He's trying.
That 303 movement speed is only going to last him so long against the 336 of CCNC. He'll look for the deny. CCNC, can he find the right click? The snake, he'll do it. He'll get the kill, same time down, bottle wrap around from Zai. Comes with the stun, Snaking does hit 6. He's got the enrage, he looks to back up, but there's the toss. Coming in, Pycat with the right clicks will find it, and at the same time, looks like 33's killing everybody up top. He got himself a double kill. Now I'll look towards MSS. MSS being Malefist. MSS, he's going to go down as well as 33 gets a triple kill.
Okay.
I'm sorry we missed the first 2 of those kills, boys. We were watching down on the bottom lane, but 33, he says the show's up here, lads.
Looks like he got the black hole with the Centaur. Well done. 4K gold lead already for Optic.
I mean, Optic's just having action going on everywhere. Bottom lane, Zai, you got to keep your eyes on him, and turns out we got to keep our eyes on 33 as well.
That wasn't a full team wipe, was it? It was. Zeus died, Spectre died, Chen died, Ursa died, and Willow died. 5 heroes across the map in a matter of moments. So far looking like a solid game for Optic. And the limited disable for this Weaver. This was an opening Weaver that they picked up, and there's only Willow disables to try to lock down Pycat as the game progresses. Looks like they're trying to find a gank on the Medusa to get them back in here. But CCNC avoiding his own jungle.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
33. Good shot at taking this tower on his own. Splinter Blast from PPD keeps the lane pushed in. VGJ.Storm having the majority of their side now, looking towards that bottom lane. Zai and Pycat in the neighborhood. Pycat starting to get the vision. They do have the combo. Zai again, surprise for the tree, bring MSS low, but he's got the shadow round. And there's a lot here from VGJ.Storm as they'll turn and burst Zai down. Zai's gone. You have the Haunt coming in as well. They may look to try and find more. In fact, Resolution did. Resolution haunted right in the back of it all. Tries to hide. They do get the 3-man terrorize coming out with the chase down. Looking for Pycat. Pycat able to get the time that through. He was there with the burst. They've got the dust down onto Pycat as well. They'll find him with the Thunderbolt. He has got the stick charges. Is it enough to keep him safe? It's not. Storm will get free. Only losing Resolution, as Resolution does give away his life, but at the same time it's sort of worth it. Using that Haunt there to give the vision that Storm needed to be able to dive and take this fight deep behind the tier 1 bottom.
That was a sick 3-man terrorized by MSS. Set all that up there. It almost looked like they might have been able to go for CCNC, but Snaking prioritized. He just wanted to get Pycat because the fear was there. The Medusa was completely out of mana, and Snaking, instead of going left, he just ran right to kill the Weaver. But now they're going to be able to claim a tower. So with Spectre ult as well as Zeus ult, they can still look to take those fights.
Look how rich 33
is. I know.
6,300 gold at 13 minutes in.
And he's just putting pressure, too. Anyone who comes up here.
Just dead. Zai comes in with the combo. That's Rezo gone. Snaking. TP in. I mean, if they can kill 33, it is a kill worth a lot of money for this backup for 33. Pycat heads in, will be held back by the Cursed Crown. 33's got Black Hole back up in 5 seconds. Also 1,700 gold sitting on top of that Hood of Defiance. Zai.
Defiance? Oh, Dominator, yeah.
Zai's found another.
No enrage. Goodbye, Snake.
But did I say Hood?
Yeah, you said
it looks like, I mean, it is a Hood.
I thought he bought a Hood too. So. I wouldn't even not expect it because he's playing versus Zeus. That's why I was like, oh, okay, he's just going pipe.
Yeah, Helmet Dominator into. I would imagine. Would you imagine the Blink, or does he get BKB first this game? You should just, because there's so many ways to sort of cancel the Black Hole. But I mean, if you're confident that you're going to get everyone in it, why not still get the Blink?
Might just tank up too. Not sure. He's gotten the magic resist talent already.
Where did sort of this? Where did this casual mantle come from?
Just a casual mantle. Oh, right. You started with it.
Yeah. I mean, it is a beautiful sapphire mantle worn by generations of queens.
Is under attack.
Beautiful. It looks fabulous.
He just wanted, I guess, in the laning phase, right? He just wanted to have extra stats so they could actually pressure, and it worked, right? They got some extra kills, maybe that little bit of extra damage, extra mana. I mean, Zai has been the one to enable 33 a lot.
Yeah, Zai's killing it
from his performance,
4,
running around.
Yeah. Loving his life at the moment.
He ruined the mid lane. Like, sure, CCNC was winning it already, but
oh no, Snaking.
Then he just killed Zeus twice.
I mean, Snaking will know the Zai's there off the back of that ult usage from Yawar, but it's not going to save him surely unless the TP. Ah, that's smart. Ah, he's good. Raging the TP out. They've got no further way to cancel it. 33 not quite in range for the Malefice. And okay, so yeah, he's going to go for the BKB. He's got it queued up. Doesn't. As we said, you know, Blink would have been flashy, would have been nice, but there are so many ways that they can sort of stop a Black Hole.
Yeah.
Bottom lane. Going to try and find PPD as he tries to go across the trees. They do get the route, but he's still deep enough to keep himself safe. And okay, mid lane. Zai looking to set up on Yawar. They've got the Avalanche to open up. In they go with the Malefice and the toss. Yawar gone again.
He is. Yeah. Well, that's also another thing, is when he's playing like Miranda, you have a lot of ways to escape. Zeus, that's another weakness. You got no escape. You get gone on,
why don't people play Zeus? I guess this is why. It's not working out so far. Bottom, Winter's Curse.
Zai's here.
I mean, Resolution's dead for sure. Zai's got the combo. Out it comes. Bang. Oh, yep, they found him. They will get Zai in response. Can they get anything more? Trying to chase PPD. PPD goes for the TP out. And will make it. He'll live. Again, another time that they're killing off the cores of Storm. It's one of those very rare games that you see where Rezo, he's 0 and 6 on the KD. And Yawar 1 and 4. Both cores getting heavily punished here by Optic Gaming's movements.
By Zai.
CCC's having a great time.
By a lot of Zai.
Yeah, by Zai.
Like Zai, he actually just set up a lot of this. He set up 33, set up CCNC to just crush those lanes. And it's slowing it down, VGJ.Storm a lot. Now they have the blink on the Ursa, so now they can actually look to set up kills a little bit easier with that Zeus ult, with that Spectre Haunt. How's our levels looking? Oh, God. Level 15 Medusa, level 13 Enigma, level 11 Weaver, and then we start having some VGJ.Storm heroes. Some level 11s and 10s. But Rezo is at the bottom. Rezo is level 9. He's one of the lowest in the game. All those denies really coming into play from the Enigma. All that pressure on his lane.
See if they can do anything with this blink reveal as you talked about. The smoke's up for it.
They know that Optic's position here. They drew a circle right around where 33 is. They know.
They'll jump forward. Start to get the damage done. Will terrorize as well to disable him. Will allow him to get the pass by. Do they actually have the damage? Pretty beefy. Yes, they do. But you are bursting in with the ultimate. They'll find him. They'll get 33.
5-man rotation for the 1 kill.
He was pretty much the highest net worth, though. So
definitely.
It's 33. That man is a valuable kill. I said it's going to take quite a bit more than that to get Rezo back up to the top, but we've seen him do it before, and as we said, if this game goes on, it goes late, the Spectre can come into his element.
Snaking has to just like not hit creeps anymore this entire game. He just has to run from lane to lane trying to set up for kills so that his Spectre can actually farm the lanes. I think Yawar should probably be doing similar, but he is farming some jungle creeps right now. So Pyket's gone for the mana break talent this game, by the way, and the Diffusal, so the double mana burn. We've seen more players been going for the experience gain lately, as far as I know. But some still do take the mana break. What's Yawar doing? Still not quite the Yule Scepter. Level 13 at least, so they're starting to get their levels up. But since they don't have their ultis, Spectre Haunt is down. You know, they use Zeus ulti as well to commit all for that Enigma kill. They're playing a little more patient right now. Snaking, though, is on the hunt. As a haste rune.
There's the return play with that Winner's Curse set up, but still Snaking trying to chase down Peepity. Peepity doing a ring around the rosy won't keep him safe. Snaking gets the kill. Snaking does have backup here as well. As Pycat is trying to chase Snaking down, but Snaking will be sent back by SVG. SVG may pay with his life because of this. He's got the Hand of God. The tree flies through. SVG will live. As Pycat does time that's back out, knows that it's a little too dangerous to stick around and chase for that Chen kill. So they keep everyone alive. Snaking's able to get in, get the kill on PPD, and get back out. But Roshan, they're heading into the pit. Haunt's not there for a full minute still. And Optic have all the tools available to fight if Storm head this way. They've got the black hole.
Yeah, and they've got PPD's back up already. He's walking over. He doesn't have Curse available, but this Roche is pretty much dead already.
They have got Thunder God's Wrath, so they can scout it out. But yeah, it's already gone. Optic, they get the Roche, they get the Aegis onto CCNC with no interruption from VGJ.Storm. CCNC, the speed that he's been farming, continues to sit very far ahead of the cause of Storm. 10k net worth. The Skadi getting closer and closer. And they are quite a fair few items away on Resolution Spectre from being able to kill a Skadi Medusa at this stage of the game.
Who's, yeah, level 17 as well. Getting close to that level 20 already at the 20-minute mark. Snaking. Looking to put some pressure on CCNC.
Straight away using the Stone Gaze. Should be
all of Optic rotating.
Zai. Snaking is okay. He has the Invis rune. He does get vision of them also. Snaking knows what's going down. So the rest of Storm are out of it.
Small gains. They need every little thing they can get right now. Versus this Medusa.
Be out of there as well.
PPD. Oh, look at that TP. MSS is like, nope. Not getting tempted.
Tier 2 tower taken here by Optic. Storm, of course, with the fact that they are 8k, 9k behind, unlikely to answer any sort of push.
They need Yawar set up.
Push that's in the base. Yeah.
Yawar has to be back here already.
Start spamming them out.
He's a bit late, so they're going to get some extra damage on the tower, but
they do have the Zeus, and Zeus, no matter how far behind he is, he's always going to be that very pesky hero to push into.
Definitely.
Especially on the high ground.
And now he's got Aether Lens pretty much finished up, so keeping that distance.
He's catching back up. As we can see, highest net worth on his team. So Yawar and Resolution certainly on the road to recovery.
Yeah, they've still
got a long way to go, but the pace of the game's slowing down a little bit.
Yeah. He's at least got an item. He's got Vanguard Blade Mail. He's queued up the Manta. Not going to be Radiance, at least right now. Unless he gets some huge team fight to give him a good chunk of gold. Don't think he's going to change from that.
So you can see, of course, now with Skadi complete 22 minutes in.
Jeez.
Skadi Medusa.
He's had complete free farm. From a free lane to ancient stacks and just sitting back while his team runs around. They looked a bit afraid. Rezo's actually not farming the lane there. SVG was pushing out the lane while Rezo sat in the tree lines. So they were a bit spooked. Zeus ult. Get some information on the map. How long do we have on Aegis? They still have quite some time, so they're going to keep looking for aggressive plays.
Anytime that the Zeus ult's down, they know that's when to make the smoke play. 33 still without the blink.
Still no blink, yeah.
Is that the
either.
BKB?
Not on Zai. Zai's about 200 away.
They're both, they're closing in on their blinks.
Snaking. Considering going for Zai. Zai's going to pick up the blink, though.
Resolution. Heading in towards CCNC. He's out of mana, Rezo, and he's been slowed by the Skadi. He's close to his base, though. And CCNC will be forced back by the rest of Storm, who are there to back up Resolution.
Looks like they wanted to kind of try to poke and
yeah,
prod at him a little bit.
Get him to start.
It looked MSS was like pinging him, and I think they, they saw the Weaver top, they saw the Tiny top too, so they're probably like, he's a bit split off, but with that Aegis, it would make it way too hard for him to commit forward. But it's kind of plateaued, right? Since the 14, 15 minute, it's been pretty much sitting around that 9K gold lead. Not getting worse for VGJ.Storm. Same thing with the experience. Kind of hit a threshold. But they are starting to now lose that map control. We start seeing Optic starting to farm in enemy positions, taking their jungle camps as well.
And number 33, Blink Dagger. Money now complete. They're trying to go for him with the smoke play.
All right, trying to use the little vision that they do have. They have that one ward spotting him right now. They're going to try cutting him off.
He's making the smart play. He's going to pick up the Blink Dagger at least from this side shot.
They're expecting him to go here to farm.
Is he still going to head down? That's the question. They put the ward down.
So
they do see him heading across.
Oh, as soon as they reveal themselves, he started walking back down too.
They really want to try and get on top of him, and they will. Snake King's in. 33 pops the BKB, the Malefice does start to back off, and that'll be enough to keep him fine. Storm don't want to chase. They'll just take the forced BKB charge.
Yeah, got a BKB charge out of it.
Did take them a lot of time and resources. So that was the full 5-man moving around.
Snaking.
Getting tossed back. Zai's well with the Avalanche. They're popping the horn for this one. They really want to try and find this. They know that Zai is likely to be on his own, but indeed he gets the blink out and the TP Zai's away.
Rezo had dagger, didn't he? It was off cooldown when I clicked on him.
I mean, maybe didn't feel, obviously with the cast animation of dagger, if you go for the dagger, you know the blink's going to happen straight away.
He was still cancelled for a second, though.
I guess.
I mean, the initial thing that happened was Snaking clapped the floor and then blinked and jumped forward to hitting him. So he didn't actually blink clap for the initial to chase.
SVG lucky to get away there. Looked like he was going to go down. As he was losing that man fight, of course, against 33. Let's make it back to base safely, but still there. The lead for Optic Gaming growing, 12K advantage.
Yeah, and CCNC is now level 20. So 700 mana talent plus Scotty.
Good luck killing him.
Yeah, very much so. Zai.
Let's get Cursed Crown. We'll take him, but Snake King will lose his life for that one. It'll be a trade they'll take, though, because Zai was far ahead. Actually, I said, no, he was down in that bluff. I guess he's not really been farming. He has just been looking to go around the map and look for kills. And obviously had a very good start, but slowed down a little bit after that.
They'll take what they can get when they don't have Haunt available.
Sure, I guess
right?
overall as a team, they're still behind, so any sort of trade feels good.
How are they going to kill this guy?
He's going to have BKB.
He has BKB finished now already. Level 21.
26 minutes in.
Yeah. Problematic. Yuar's getting close to Aghanims, though. Almost has that third piece picked up. So that's going to give him a decent amount of damage back forward to go through Medusa, but as long as BKB's not active.
Sure, yeah. They can fire on the BKB because Medusa is absolutely one of those heroes that she doesn't have a lot of mobility. She normally just wants to sit there and fight, and if there's a Nimbus on top of her, she's, you've got to suddenly be thinking a lot about how you're going to get yourself out of that range, rather than necessarily just hitting the heroes you want to.
At least you can hit the thing and
try it. That's true as well.
It's like
that's true. So you can just focus on taking it down.
Zai wants to go for a toss back. Unable to find the opportunity. They will claim the tier 3 though.
SVG. Right up by the defusal. Tree comes in as well. be okay, but indeed Optic getting away with doing a lot of damage here. Mid lane being pressured out by Resolution. He's using any sort of opportunity where he knows that Optic Gaming are grouped up to farm elsewhere.
This is the way they have to play it. Like, Zeus has to be set up perfectly to stop the pushes. While Rezo just farms every time. The toss back.
Does. He gets in onto Snaking, tosses him back. The Snaking outside of the base, nowhere to run. Zai with the setup, and now the man down. They can push on forward. The Terrorize will catch on to two of them, but the range racks have gone. Zai tried to get the toss back on the SVG, but only gets Karti.
They're just trying to stall them as much as possible. Bottom lane gets pushed down from the Chen creeps as well as the Spectre.
This is valuable time they are making for Resolution, but it is at a heavy cost. As this Rax will be falling, Pycat, BKB looks to move it onto UR. Uses himself up. Can he get away? 33 setting up with a Midnight Pulse. Doesn't need a Black Hole at the moment as they'll find the kill anyway. Oh, poor MSS getting cursed right outside the fountain. He'll fall. The buyback's coming out from both UR and MSS. As they'll look to try and fight back, but they have lost the top set of racks, VGJ.Storm.
The toss back from Zai.
Zai gets the blink out, 33's in! Straight away with the Black Hole onto the two, and then that'll be a dieback on MSS, and SVG's down as well without buyback. Now towards the bottom, Snaking able to blink himself away. It's two dead. Anything more, Zai, again, fishing for sort of these tosses and avalanche initiations. Ducking and diving inside. Outside of the base, but they get what they came for. They get racks, they force out some buybacks, they get the secondary kill on MSS.
That was a nice little teamwork combo. So Zai blinks in, throws the Enigma backwards, and then that's where it gives 33 the opportunity to still have blink available. So BKBs sees the chance, gets the jump on two. That was nice.
Does certainly feel like they're making the best of a bad situation this time. We saw how much space and time their Resolution did get on the bottom lane. This is exactly how they have to play it, just holding as 4, letting Resolution go out.
But it's not quite enough. He's got like half the net worth of Medusa, and he can't flash farm in the speed of that hero. But
if they're able to sort of get the same sort of trade that they did for that top racks for the middle and the bottom, now Resolution's going to have the mantle, probably an item on top of it. There's still a chance. I already feel that there's a Spectre in the game, and it's a Resolution Spectre.
But he's got so little net worth compared to this Dusa is the problem.
Yeah.
And Dusa actually just finished up the MKB now too. Okay. So
I mean,
you look at the inventory,
very hard.
Aya Scotty, MKB, BKB, and then we look at Spectre, like Blade Mail Manta, realistically.
They're going to go for the big play. Towards the pit. Thunder goes Raspol, Snaking in straight away onto CCC. He's getting stunned up. He has the ult to try and reduce some of the damage, but he is going to get kited up, taken down. Snaking's gone up to the side of it, though. They will find Zai. Zai buying back, and so does Snaking. Pycat looking to move on for more. The Winter's Curse holding Yawar in place. There's the Terrorize, actually starting to send back the Weaver, but CCC's just doing too much damage, finding the triple kill. As a buyback from SVG comes through, Yawar, of course, without buyback available. Snaking, he pulled back for this one. That's a dieback. CCC finding the ultra kill. Zai, can he jump in and set up for the rampage? That's the question. If that damage is unlikely. 33 does jump forward. Can CCC get the touch? That's the... Can he do it? Oh, the snake! No, Pycat. Maybe he wouldn't have got the rampage anyways. It took a little too long. But still, Optic just coming in full force into the middle lane. Shutting it down. Resolution, the last one left alive. And as you say, Optic this game just able to play at a pace that was far too fast for Storm to get Resolution Spectre online. They're hitting tier 4s. They're going for the base. GG is called. And an end to sort of the streak that Storm was starting to make here in these early days of the groups as Optic will take game 2.
Maybe Peter figured them out. Maybe he's like, I know the problem. Sure, heroes are one thing. Storm got. It seemed like they got the will, they got what they wanted, but they were first pick this time. Yeah. The first time in this tournament that they are first pick, they lose. Peter has found them out. Now, overall, from beginning to end, though, it seemed like Optic had a very good game plan. They had very good team fight that we looked just right off the bat, and their lanes came out to spectacular fashion from Zai. Zai made top go well. He got a couple tossbacks, secured 33. Mid lane, he walks mid twice, gets 2 huge kills on Yawar, enabling CCNC, who was already winning the lane. And then bottom was kind of just pretty good for them as well. Pycat did his own thing with the Wyvern. They didn't end up dying to the Ursa Willow lane almost at all. Just seemed like a solid overall play from Optic and playing fast-paced, taking advantage of Storm's greed Spectre.
And the Zeus that I was excited to see, it pretty much did nothing.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to be seeing Zeus again. At least for a while. It did, even in a game like this where it's not paper, you got Spectre and Zeus, but it really was just the fact that they got this matchup mid where CCNC was able to perform. I mean, he was flawless, wins the lane pretty much on his own. Then Zai comes in to really rub salt into the wounds of Yawar with those 2 rotations, getting that haste ring as well. Suddenly, Yawar is just in a terrible place on this hero. And even though it's sort of able to help with the deep push, it's just not enough when they were just so far ahead. As Optic, definitely sort of the signs of the Optic that we expected to see coming into this TI. This is sort of the execution that we expect, sort of the top tier plays from Zai. Zai, he can have some rocky games. Well, this was a rocky, it was a good one. He was tiny.
He was rocky though.
Yeah, but it was a great game from Zai, this one.
He was, he played so well, honestly. He really set up everybody to do the game and have the game that they had as this 4-position tiny, which was kind of out of left field, but worked.
And 33 Enigma is up. Solo kill 3 heroes on his own like that.
He did die, but he does kill at the end.
Yeah,
here's the one where I thought, look, Snaking just runs right instead of going for the left. And MSS was still fighting for the Dusa, but either way, this was a 3-lane win for Optic, and following that, they have very good mid game, and they didn't really slow down. They kept making moves, and whenever they were like, oh god, Haunt was used or Zeus ult was used, they started just really getting on the aggression, looking for these objectives, looking for a tower or looking for Roche.
Yeah, just never really got off the ground here for Storm.
Yeah. Could see what they wanted, but
I think for Optic as well, it's going to feel good that they can beat a hero like the SVG Chen. We know that a lot of teams are scared of that champ, but this game SVG just unable to really have that much of an impact. We saw him sort of come in with the early plays, getting the kills sort of with the setup from the troll trap summoner.
I mean, they needed to have one lane that went well, right?
Yeah,
like they didn't have one lane that actually crushed or got extra kills or anything. If they got like a 10-minute blink tag on Ursa, right, or something very early, then maybe we could see the moves happening around. If they got an Aether lens early on the Zeus without him dying several times versus the Medusa, that's where we could have seen something else. It's just all 3 lanes went very Optic favored. Well, 2 of them went very Optic favored, and 1 went pretty even.
And CCNC definitely having one of those easy games. We sort of saw in the past on his Medusa. You give him the space, he doesn't mess up. He's going to hit the creeps like a champ and turn up as he does, and just be that far ahead of anyone else in the game.
No, he just had to sit back.
He just had to sit back.
Glorious time.
His team set him up for success.
Yep.
There's no doubt about that at all. But there we have it. So a back and forth series. Game 1 very much the way of VGJ.Storm, and Game 2 going the way of Optic Game.